have like we have Tiny Beans, which like all of our family's turned into. It's like Facebook for baby shit. And we posted the video because I took a video of it. And I paused it as soon as she started freaking out. She wasn't happy. I was like, okay, that's not as funny as I thought it would be.
Hello, penis boy.
Oh my god.
so I stopped it. My mom's like, really? Wasabi? How would you like that if you were a baby? I was like, well, she wanted to try it. And now she knows she doesn't like it. Oh.
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really hurt them at all. Did you know?
It's like it's worse when she accidentally gets like when we order pizza, it usually has jalapenos on it. And we're trying to clean it off as best we can, but sometimes she'll get a seed or something. And that, she needs milk and it burns for a while. The wasabi was like one and done.
Well, that's because most wasabi is not fucking wasabi. This is fucking horseradish with bullshit. What are you playing there, Aves?
Balloons.
Balloons?
Tower defense?
Tower defense, dude. On the 6th iteration. I remember playing that shit in like middle school.
Yeah, too much. Yeah, with kids and like those kind of things, like it's like, you can't be like, oh, what would you think? I like it now. Maybe they'll like it. Like fuck.
She likes a lot of things.
Yeah, so it's like, with like that whole like, it's okay. It's not gonna kill them anyways. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like I keep giving her lemons to catch that good pucker face on video, but she doesn't really mind.
Yeah, I mean,
there's some good videos out there where kids bite into it and just freaking pucker up.
Yeah, like really like tear it up.
She just kind of goes, and that's it. It's like, well, that sounds funny as a kid.
I mean, you'd probably do the same thing with straight lemon. About that.
I'd probably pucker more.
It's like, all right, welcome to the podcast. Six Patio. I'm Dick.
Travis.
I'm Avery.
It's too goddamn hot.
It's too goddamn hot.
Very fucking warm. It was 100 when I came up to start. When I started bringing stuff out for this today, I was like, Jesus fuck.
That's too much, Bob.
It's too
much.
Too much.
Yeah, it was a spicy fuck for sure.
Spicy what?
I mean, it was a spicy fuck.
Oh, so.
But not the good kind. Just it was just spicy.
I thought this was the Christian podcast.
Definitely not.
Dick's Christian Podcast Friday.
Not my Christian, my
Call in with your questions about God.
We don't need to discuss my beliefs.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, it was fucking hot. I mean, downstairs was decent. I didn't even have the AC on today, and I don't think it got above 70 downstairs.
Basements are cool like that.
Sometimes it gets hot when we're playing games. I don't have the AC on. Sometimes it's like fucking. It gets hot down there, but.
It's like my room upstairs when I'm playing games. That room just gets hot.
Yeah, I would be.
Imagine my closet.
Yeah, I bet your closet was fucking ridiculous. Like, ouch. In that tiny space heater.
Real toasty.
Yeah. That 1070 Ti. Ugh.
I got a burp stuck right here, and I'm afraid it's gonna push the taco out.
We don't need no vomiting on this show right now. It's
Not
too
yet.
early. It's too early for that.
Too early for that shit.
Too early.
No vomiting.
We don't need to be vomiting anyways. Recently he has.
I don't sleep in the closet.
Yeah, where do you sleep?
On the couch.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine, because I'm pretty much comfortable wherever. But I'm still kind of at the point where I'm over it.
I slept on a couch for many, many years. Sometimes I sleep better on a couch, honestly.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It gives you like something to roll up against that's not the wall.
Yeah.
It's like you got a bed, and then there's a vertical bed.
Yeah.
And you just fucking like.
That's what I want to like set up my when I get like my own place, like where I have like a bed on the wall and
It's
a
like,
bed.
You got a bed. Your headboard's a bed. You got beds on the side.
Yeah.
You just get in from the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
It's this little cubby.
It'd be
bed.
fucking dope, actually.
Sweet.
As long as you get a vent to like blow air through it,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't just be like a fucking like sweat pit in there.
It's cool, like an air conditioned bed. We should do that.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's already a thing.
yeah, you just have it not on the floor.
No, like I wanted to like have an air conditioning unit attached to it.
No, I'm serious. I'm sure I think that's a thing already.
I'm sure you just buy one, just put a hose underneath you, like baseboard or box spring.
Like I think it's a mattress. It's has this little pump. The hose that connects to it. It just pumps air.
Shitty
through the
dirt
mattress.
bike. Get out of my face.
I had a waterbed growing up. That was pretty dope. In the summertime, you just wouldn't plug it in and constantly be 60, 65 degrees when you went to sleep. Oh, it was the best.
Waterbeds are fucking rad, except for like they ruin your back.
I never had any issues.
A lot of support. I'd imagine.
Yeah, but imagine you now versus like when you were like 15.
Still don't have issues.
I mean, I don't either, but like the idea is like
I think it's also, though, if you fill it up enough.
there's a reason why they're not popular is because it fuck backs up.
They're also really inconvenient.
Yeah. It was a fucking shitty dirt bike that they don't even know how to build properly. It barely runs. They just sit here and make a ton of noise and don't go anywhere with it.
Sounded like when you take when you like have your bike and you run over a soda can, it's stuck on the back and just.
Yeah, kind of the same thing. It's just a shitty two-stroke scenario that's not. It's garbage. It probably needs a Zener seal on it. They just don't know how to do anything on it. But that's okay because most people don't know how to work on two-strokes anyways.
Bust down, Tatiana.
Tatiana, you're just fucking hot as balls out here. Yeah. Whatever.
Just don't move.
We'll get kind of drunk and it'll be all right. Won't care anymore.
Well, if you just don't really move, it's all right.
Can't do that. That's not how I operate.
Is the fridge in the garage working anymore?
The what?
Fridge in the garage.
Just 'cause
It
sits
works.
in the garage.
Just not plugged in.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go
It's
sit there?
perfect like beer fridge. Or beef fridge. Yeah, I can fit it in.
It's pretty small for a person.
Spencer can fit it in.
Yeah, but that's because he's tiny. He can
He's
fit in
tiny
like
though.
dryers and shit.
Yeah,
Like
awesome.
I can fit in the dryer.
maybe commercial one.
So.
We're talking like household dryer. Spencer could fit in.
Didn't specify.
I bet you couldn't even fit in a commercial dryer.
I'm talking like the big commercial dryers, like that, like Cintas and stuff. Use the big old tumblers that are like 6 feet
Okay,
wide.
yeah, like though, like
That I
that's.
could like stand up.
But that's
in.
not like a fucking standard like dryer that you can like. Do you have access to one?
I have one in my old house.
No, you didn't.
When I worked down at Mike's Restoration, I kind of did. Because G and K
Yeah.
connected to the building.
Oh,
We go
just
over
make
there.
friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go stand in your fucking huge commercial dryer right now.
I'll take it for a spin and I just get it and shut the door and turn it on.
You just put it on air dry, so it's just fucking like
tumble.
spinning you.
They
tumble.
come in and I'm bolting like a seat to the dryer and just strapping in. Just turn
It would
on,
be
just
pretty fucking
spinning.
funny to do that though.
I feel like you'd break the dryer before you.
Well, the thing is, you'd have to have more than one person doing it. You have to have at least two, so it equals out the balance. So it's not. Yeah, I could probably make an industrial thing hop across the room.
You're like 240 pounds. Brah, brah.
Dude, that'd be nuts. An
It'd be-
employee walks in and this giant 1 ton.
It's
drive
vibrating itself
just-
apart.
That'd be nuts. And at some point, you're probably gonna bomb it. That's just like.
It'd be pretty funny. I'd laugh.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you like even like your house dryer when you have like or your washer like off balance, it's all like smashing everything. I've seen them blow apart. We put bricks in one and like turned it on. It was pretty fun. Yeah, off balance for sure. It was pretty
Very
fun to like
off
watch it like explode itself.
I remember.
bricks.
I remember when Seth and I first moved in together. That place we're at.
Yeah,
He brought his washer and dryer.
the ones I have now.
Yeah, and I was just cleaning out the washer, so I was running kind of empty cycle with some soap in it, and I put too much in it, and I came back, and it was like fucking soap everywhere.
I remember like
So
years.
bad.
This reminds me of one like years back. I was probably like 12 or whatever, and my dad was like too cheap to buy like fucking like dishwashing soap.
Oh, he put fucking.
So
dish
he
soap
like
in it,
he
didn't
put like actual like dish soap, like Dawn dish soap in that
Those
bitch.
sudsy shit.
Yeah, and so like it fucking foamed like crazy. It was just fucking everywhere. And he also did it in the fucking washer too, the same thing. And so like at the same time, so there was just fucking soap and water.
Bubbles everywhere.
Everywhere.
Jeez.
And I'm like, and that was like one of the first times, like you know when you like find that your parents aren't like
Perfect.
perfect. It was like that was like the beginning of like that time frame.
Oh, so you're kind of as dumb as I am still. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like we relate on a different level now.
kind of when you're 10 years old and this is happening, you're like, good job. Like thinking back on it, I'm like, that's why I would never do it. Just because I learned that way through my dad's own mistake, I guess.
Did I ever tell you about the time my mom lit the house on fire?
I think so. We might as well tell it again.
So my mom, she likes baked potatoes, but she doesn't like how long baked potatoes take to bake.
So she did that whole like 350 for 10 minutes is like 900 for 2 seconds type of math.
Yeah. So she ended up putting potato that she cut open and like poked with holes and stuff in the microwave, and she microwaved it for 45 minutes.
I didn't know you could run a microwave that long.
Yeah, apparently you can run a microwave for that long. And I was just getting home from school, and I'm walking to the house, and she's in another room doing something, and it's just really smoky in the house, and the fire alarm probably goes off like 30 seconds after I get home, trying to like figure out what the fuck is going on. Turns out mom put the potato in the microwave for 45 minutes instead of like 10 minutes and 45 seconds or something. Like she just fucked up the math royally. And it like burned like 8 of our cabinets, and like almost like if I hadn't come home and known exactly where the fire extinguisher was, like in the basement, I think she would have burned our house down.
That reminds me of another time that is when we lived next door, and I was out in the garage on my computer, like doing whatever, and I went in to go to bed, and I come in and it smells like melted like electronics. I'm like, ooh, and like I open the door and it just started like pouring smoke. I'm like, what the fuck? Fucking Scotty D had put like water on it in a kettle and like put it on the stove and then like passed out as he does, and like it had been like who knows how long it was. So like the kettle is a metal kettle, but it's got like plastic ends, like plastic handle and a plastic like top. So like it's literally on fire, like, and I'm like fuck, like, and it was like loud. I was like loud enough apparently. Like Andy had like got up and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "I don't fucking know. Tea kettle's on fire." Like, I was like, if I would have went in there like 10 minutes later, it would have lit the microwave was like a little burnt on the bottom because the microwave was above the stove on that one. And it was like, and Scotty D's just still just fucking just passed the fuck out. I was like, how? Like, what are you doing? Because I don't know what he was even trying to make to be perfect. Oh, he wanted to make mac and cheese. That's probably what he was doing. So he like just put hot water in the kettle and then he was gonna put it in the pan. Yeah. So like he just like fucked it up.
Water up fast.
I woke up several times with my dad also passing out. So like he would do it like when it gets all dry in the winter. He would like put water in a fucking like pan and then turn it on. But then like I woke up one day and this was at at his current house. So this is like fucking 15 years ago or whatever. And I woke up like in the middle, or I was just in the middle of the night. Like I was like, man, again, it was a smell. It smells weird. And like it was like it had like the water was gone and like the pan was like melting down. It was like crazy hot. I'm like, because it's got a gas stove, so like it just melts. It doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I think it was David when we were in high school. He was taking the cooking class.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he did, but somehow one of like the dish rags accidentally ended up inside the oven.
Like they put like a pan in it with the dish rags.
I think so, and it caught fire, like inside the school. I wasn't there. I just heard the story. I wasn't in the class. I wish I was in that class when he did it. That would have been funny as shit.
It's always like shit happens when you're not paying attention. All right, we got Freeman says he wants to buy a mansion with Avery.
But let your mom cook potatoes in it.
So there's a really big haunted mansion in Palmer Lake where we're from.
Yeah.
Never get a toaster oven.
Never get a toaster oven. Toaster ovens are the shit.
I like how you went from Alyssa. I like how you went from like your personal account to like your fucking like
Twitch account.
Toaster ovens are the shit. Number one. Number two, there's a really big haunted mansion in Palmer Lake compared to like the Stanley, but in Palmer Lake. And there's a bunch of ghost stories and like you can do tours of it and stuff. But it's for sale right now for $2.5 million. And Mike sent it to me, and I said we should. Buy it and then just rent it as an Airbnb.
I mean, you could. I mean, you'd have to have it like fucking like rented out all the time to pay for that mortgage.
Yeah.
The mortgage would be crazy money.
Yeah, but if you solicit it as like,
Not judging nothing.
there's
Get out of
that
here.
there's that genre of
Get
people,
outta
like,
here.
You're renting a haunted mansion. They'll stay in there for a couple nights.
Dinner parties, like murder mysteries.
Yeah.
It'd be cool,
But
but
Stanley stays busy.
yeah, but
all
it's
the
because
time.
it's in Estes, not Palmer Lake.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking far out of the way.
We could do a 3.5%.
Right.
Do the math on how much the fucking mortgage would be on that, Mike. 2.5 mil.
I'm gonna guess it'd probably be like 10 grand a month.
See here.
It's not a B&B or B&M. And totally rent that thing out. It has 8 buildings.
I'm just saying, like, the thing is, like, so, like, mortgage on that, you'd have to make so much money or, like, a business plan to, like, do this. So, like, a stick.
Around 9.5K.
Okay, so you're close.
So you'd have to take like one of the main buildings and have like turn it into an attraction that's running year round, and then if you want to, you can like as a side option, you can rent one of these rooms to stay in for.
See, the thing is, like,
Well,
if
you
Palmer Lake was more traveled, I would
Yeah.
say, fuck yeah. But, like,
What about as like a wedding destination? You could have it as a wedding venue
yeah.
and an events venue. But the thing is, like, it's like 20, 30 minutes from Colorado Springs and 45 minutes from like South Denver. So,
As a wedding destination, I think you'd be better off than, like, a fucking ghost hunting, like, place.
well, you could still like market.
You
it
still
as-
do both, but yeah, you have to market it as like an attraction.
Mhm.
It's the only way people would come out there, or an event like a venue.
But for $9,500 a month,
Pay a lot of money for haunted weddings.
true.
I mean, yeah.
They like to get their jimmies rustled. I'm passing that fast tonight.
No, you've had it for a while.
I passed it like a minute ago.
No.
A minute and every time is like 10 minutes in the real world.
I got my watch the other day, and it stopped.
Did you get it from the place you work for?
Yes.
It has its own channel.
That's already broken?
I don't think it's broken.
You supposed to
Just-
wind
It
it?
just don't work. I wound it.
And it still doesn't work?
It worked until about 5 p.m. today.
So it just sounds like you need to wind it more.
No,
You get a power tool.
it's at a tension where you're like you don't really want. Like I wound it enough where it should have run for like 20, 30 minutes after it stopped, and it didn't. So
Wait, what place is this?
it's called the Estamere. The Estamere in Palmer Lake. Palmer Lake, Colorado.
It has its own chapel.
It does have its own chapel. It's got a carriage house, got a chapel, got a bunch of.
I mean, for like, it doesn't sound like a bad deal for 2.5 mil.
Palmer Lake may or may not be where I got married, and we all know how that turned out. LMAO.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a thing. But still, if you got married there, it was awesome. Nice,
Is she
right?
officially not married now?
Papers were like delivered on Monday.
I figured that was an in process thing, but I didn't know how.
Yeah.
How soon? Fair.
Yeah. She was here yesterday.
Yeah, it'd be
Just
really
hung
cool to own. Sounds like a huge pain in the ass logistically wise, and as far as staffing and everything, finding a temporary staff for every single time you need an event staff. Too much work. Too expensive.
I mean, just do it yourself.
It sounds like a lot of work.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, it's like 5 acres.
There's other like, I mean, the thing is like, there's kids that live there still, right? It wasn't like you guys were the last kids that lived there.
Yeah, the people that live there are pretty shitty
But
still.
imagine having that paid off and just owning it.
Yeah, but you'd have to have the money to pay it off.
It's like 150 years old. Imagine the upkeep.
Vacation home.
Yeah, if you were like already like a multi-millionaire, it really wouldn't work out
If
too
you
bad.
wanted your 5th house.
Yeah, if you're looking for just, I could use something else. What do we got here?
The giant haunted estate in the mountains
Why not?
outside of touristy shit.
Yeah, it'd be cool to like again to own if you had like 100 mil in the bank. You're like, I need to spend money. Like that would be dope. But like for like some like where we're like pretty average in like the fucking realm of like middle class, like lower middle class, it's not really gonna be a thing that we can do.
Imagine if we signed on it and then each we had like 15 to 20 tenants. Because there's like, I think there's 6 inhabitable buildings. And in the main estate, I want to say there's 10 rooms.
What are you packing, Nicholas Ennis?
Like for what? There, Tyler. What are we talking about here?
Packing? I'm packing you.
I haven't seen Tyler in like a while now. How's my fucking nerd baby doing? And his wife has like a baby, and they're both like super nerds.
I haven't seen him. I know. I saw him. Not this past Father's Day, but the Father's Day before. Him and his wife are at Music City Hot Chicken.
Yeah.
That was the last time I saw him. It's been a while.
I mean, yeah, it's been a while for me in my pants. I mean, I got enough.
In your pants, man.
I got enough.
Debatable.
The hookah. I'm really kind of bummed. It's got kiwi, cinnamon gum, and orange, and it tastes like nothing.
But, yes, let's do this mansion. We could split between 4 or more people and easily afford and make money.
I mean, how's the internet there?
Shit.
It's a hard
It's not
one.
where it's like 150 years old.
Wearing a Pikachu shirt right now.
You're wearing a Pikachu shirt?
Cool.
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 When Scotty D told that joke and then you sent that clip, it was so goddamn funny. Cool. I know, like, that just reminds me of, like, the dude, like, who won that game the other night, Travis. He's like, your mom's probably getting fucked right now. I was like, cool, dude. Like, do it. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, good for her. We're not fucking in middle school anymore where that's gonna, like, hurt my feelings any.
Yeah.
Cinnamon's delicious.
Yeah, it actually is really good. It depends. Cinnamon can be, like, super overpowering, though.
Oh, I forgot the other day. Katie's sister made enchiladas.
Yeah.
And we had one of those extra, like, disposable, you know, like what you would cook a turkey in for Thanksgiving pans, just like the shitty aluminum pans. And it came with a lid. Well, the lid wasn't on top of it. It was underneath it and, like, attached to it when she put it in the oven. And I got home and I was like, it smells like
Burning plastic-ish.
burning plastic in here. And I opened the oven and it looked like a Salvador Dali, like, painting where it was just all, like, dripping down and, like it was fucking cool.
So I had almost another story of burning down a house.
Yes, correct. And the next day I went through and picked the oven piece by piece of plastic, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's like that fucking like plastic covered, like, it's not like plastic, but it's like kind of like plastic. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
Good for them. I remember another time, well, it was another week where Johnson and I went back to back of leaving a pizza in the oven and falling asleep while drunk. And waking up the next morning to black hockey pucks in the oven.
Wingate used to do that all the time when I lived with him.
Yeah.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night like fucking like, god damn, like it was just like I already knew what had
You
happened.
smell it.
Yeah. It was like already like fuck.
Things are burning.
Yeah. Wingate used to do that shit all the time. I'm surprised you haven't done it more, to be perfectly honest.
Getting better about it. I kind of just snack rather than cook things when I'm intoxicated and hungry.
Yeah. It's just too much work.
Or the time of my 22nd birthday where I got home and ordered blackjack and silver mine and told them to race, and whoever got there first I would pay for. Of course, drunk me obviously said that, but in hindsight, I had already paid them when I was talking to them on the phone. They asked for my credit card number. They got everything. I woke up the next day to a half-eaten silver mine sub and like 3 pieces of pizza gone, and just on the couch, and I was like, oh. I thought I dreamt this.
That's fucking great, though.
So good.
That's so fucking funny.
That was the night you and Spencer drove me home. No, it was the night Spencer drove me home. Spencer, so my birthday's in January. Very typical of January. There's usually ice storms and snowstorms and shit like that.
Is that when you still had the Camaro?
The Snowmaro.
Yeah, it was the V6 Camaro.
Yeah.
It was a 4th gen V6 Camaro.
So, of course, Spencer is my designated driver for my 22nd birthday.
Which is a mistake, typically.
Yeah,
Little
there were too
Spencer?
many. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we party Eventually, I'm like, all right, let's go. And so he's like, okay, I'll drive. And we hop in the Camaro, and it's snowed 4 or 5 inches. Already bad. It's like a fucking sheet of ice everywhere. So I swear, every single corner we like pretty much crash and like curb check every single corner. And it gets to the point where like we get to my neighborhood, and Spencer just like curb checks and then goes over the curb and into my neighbor's yard.
When are you taking my child to train him to be an FPS master?
I mean, he needs to be a little older. I think, what, he's 2 now?
Soon.
He's 2.
The coordination's not really there.
Yeah, when he's like 4, I got you.
So Spencer ends up in my neighbor's yard, and I just get out and fucking walk home.
As he's trying to get it.
As I've tried to like push him out. And I just walk home, and I wake up the next day, and I was like, oh shit, did I dream that? Or was like that real? And I go out, and the neighbor's yard is just like a fucking mud pit. But like, it's not mud, it's just dirt everywhere. And you can see at some point, Spencer finally got it loose, and he spun a couple donuts, and then drove out. And the neighbor's yard is just fucked. So fucked. And I call Spencer, and he goes, yeah, dude, that neighbor's yard was just like, he had shit grass anyways. I just cleared it up for him.
This is a very Spencer scenario.
Oh my
I remember one time, like when we first were hanging out, we've been drinking. Again, don't do this. We've been drinking, and we're going to the shop.
Start early to compete with the Dutch and Koreans.
I mean, fair. But
I mean the Danes.
I think Finland and like got like the best like gamers like scenario recently.
In context of what?
Like they like it's like I'll have to find the article again and send it to you. I didn't actually read it, but
Well, the Danes are the best in Counter-Strike.
yeah, I
And
mean
that's
it
like the premier like FPS game, at least.
competitively like
Yeah.
I'd say that. Yeah, I'd agree with that. But so we're in the Femero and we get pulled over, and I was like, we're fucked. We're so fucked. Two sheriff's department cars or whatever, and they like come up and they're like they're real nice. We're nice to them too, which is also hard for Spencer to do when he's drunk. To be nice.
Yeah, officer, I don't know what I was doing. Why the fuck did you pull me over?
But cop gets it, like pulls him out, and, like does it roadside, and then like he's like, okay, you can get back in your car, but like wait, we'll come back to you here in a second with your shit, because he like pulled like his ID or whatever. And this is the one that had like Texas plates on and everything, so like it was like nothing. And literally, dudes are just sitting in the back, like on the front of like the cop car right behind us, like, and they're just talking for like 20 minutes. And then like, here's your shit. See you later. And I was like, we're going to the shop. We're not going nowhere. We're not going fucking anywhere with that shit.
That's because they want to find another reason for you to get arrested.
Yeah, be silly. I was just like ridiculous. Yeah.
Yep.
Just making noise. I don't like this bowl. I'm gonna make another one here in a second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. We'll do this. Smoke on it for a second.
We'll do this.
Some coals on.
I'll show you what I'm gonna do.
Do that. Do that there.
Do that.
Do that there. Do not place closer than 4 inches to the wall.
Especially if you're warming up a potato.
Who knew potatoes? Totally the reason
Potatoes.
for houses burning down.
That would be a really like sad and funny story. If your mom burned in a house cooking potato, I mean, it's a funny story now, but like looking back like 20 years later, like
Yeah.
you burned down our house because you fucking
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Also.
Why do the manufacturers make? Like, you shouldn't even be able to run 45 minutes. What the fuck are you gonna cook for 45 minutes?
Microwave the lasagna for like 45 minutes.
yeah, it's a thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Just
it's-
use an oven.
Because the oven it was like a family-sized lasagna. So the oven would have taken like 2.5 hours.
Now if you do that special math,
Oh, true. Special math. Can't forget about that.
2 hours at 350 or 1 hour at 700.
I mean, what household oven goes to 700? Most
Mine-
don't go that high.
Mine was up to 9.
Travis just is not at home. 9 what?
900?
900.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
If you're cleaning it, maybe. Is it
No,
on cleaning
like,
mode that
you
it's
can-
at
when you
900
hit
degrees?
base, like preheat it, you can go all the way up to 900.
That's pretty hot.
You're so full of shit. Your eyes are brown.
Been that way since birth.
Well, like 900 is like melting like glass hot.
None of them.
There's no door on it. So it has to get to 900 because half the heat just leaks out.
It just leaves. The whole house is at fucking
Dude.
300 degrees.
Oh my god. Doesn't make it.
We're getting rid of mold, baby.
Doesn't make a Nazi joke, but I guess it's a little insensitive.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that one.
Yeah, we don't need to be a part of that.
Okay, I didn't.
You didn't. All right, we're gonna turn these lights on too.
Oh yeah, I didn't do my makeup though. Fuck.
Well, everyone's gonna see all your
It's
rankles.
gonna be all.
Just go dip your face in some flour.
It's like an old colonial.
I don't even know if we need the other one, Dexter.
Yeah,
Not yet, but I'm gonna do it now so I don't forget when I'm kind of drunk. You know.
Tough yo.
Camera's gonna go.
Funny that song came
Having
on
some, like-
just on my playlist, like when we're playing like Disney songs,
Mhm.
and like Apple now just streams the lyrics while it's playing, and Apple tried to put the lyrics to that beginning part in there. Not fucking close. I mean, I guess it could be spelling wise. I don't know how to write that language.
You don't speak Tanzanian?
No,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I took it in high school. I forgot.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll
I
do.
never understood why English wasn't an elective language. It always bugged me that
Like in like school?
yeah, like if you had to take like a language, it was either like Spanish, French, German, whatever, which wasn't fair when like the Mexican kids had to pick one and they just already know Spanish.
Well, but why would English be in this one when you have to take English even if if you know Spanish? I was like, it's still it's a required class. Why do you need to make it elective?
Yeah, but like the bilingual kids who speak Spanish and I guess they're just lucky. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I guess I just lucked out. Never mind.
I'm just like, what? Huh?
Well, hopefully the bilingual kids were smart and either A chose to take Spanish as their like elective language, in which case they basically got a free A,
That's what I'm saying.
or B they took some other language and
Yeah,
then
but you don't get like a free
expanded
A
it.
like if you did like the first like maybe year because it's like the basics, and then after that you learn like grammar and all that kind of shit to go along with it.
But if you speak Spanish as
If
a
you
first
fluently
language,
speak it and write it, like it's just a
Yeah,
given.
but so here's the thing: is like, why would we have to English? I could speak English going through there, but I also didn't
Right,
know all the
so I
grammar
figured it
shit,
didn't
all the
look-
things.
Doesn't matter. Autocorrected.
Yeah,
You heard of Grammarly?
even that's wrong sometimes.
No.
wrong like 10% of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure humans are wrong more than that. So.
Well, I agree with that, but
Right.
like the idea is like if you know grammar and you see that it's wrong, grammar is also wrong.
Right, but there's people who like took English and still can't do it very well.
Yeah, but stupid people are stupid people.
True.
I'm sure they have. You have deficiencies in
All I'm
other
saying
areas.
is like I didn't get a gimme class. It's not
But if you spoke English fluently, maybe you should have had a gimme class, right? That's what you're saying.
Suck it, nerd.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, this is coming from the dude that like I do pretty well on like grammar and stuff before, but like back in the high school, I didn't give a shit enough to do it right. So like, I definitely took English 9 3 times, 10 twice, 11 twice, like because I just didn't. Well, for one, I just didn't want to do the work.
Okay, well I guess in retrospect, mine was a gimme then.
Yeah, I was the.
Fine, so they got 2 gimmies. I got one.
And I mostly write for a living. So.
Just offended is fine.
It's fine. You mostly write full. I mean, you do.
I would say 80% of what I do is writing.
Yeah. Mine currently is not, but I definitely have to like check it every once in a while, where I have to look at stuff when I write stuff. But yeah, it's not a gimme class because there's so much work involved because you had all the fucking like papers and shit to fucking write.
Essays aren't my thing. I was saying,
Yeah.
like, you didn't have to write like 12-page essays in Spanish class.
Well, it's because you didn't make the Spanish 4.
We had to do that in
I
German.
didn't even do Spanish law. I did French.
We did.
Okay, you didn't make it to French 4. Why did this? Okay, so for
made it
one,
to
I have a
French
question
4.
here.
I did all like 4 years.
So here in the United States, especially like in the middle of where we are, because we all went to school in Colorado, why the fuck do they offer German and French?
Broaden your horizon.
I still know my German. I still know a decent amount of Spanish too.
Yeah, but like Spanish would make way more sense to like only have.
I wish it would have been Russian. I could understand half the shit they talk about in Call of Duty, but
Yeah.
then it's the same concept. Why the fuck would they be teaching Russian?
Well, we didn't know that either. That Russian would probably be a better choice, or
Should be
Chinese.
learning goddamn Chinese.
Chinese would
Yeah.
be sick. That would have been a cool.
Get some
elective.
Mandarin going on.
Like, yeah, some more interesting languages, some off the beaten.
It's also harder to find people that will teach that kind of shit, though. They become a
There's
lot
a
more.
whole country full of them.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, but they don't know English to teach it.
Whoa.
Because we go over there to teach them English.
Well, maybe that's a better plan, though.
I have a friend who's over there.
They
his
don't
wife
talk
teaches
English, so if you don't figure out what they're doing, you're gonna fail the class. So you better learn how to talk the fucking language. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, like Google translators of things. They can, like write their lesson
Well,
plan.
so like that was like
French help with learning English.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of origins in English words from German and Latin.
German, French, Spanish. All I mean,
So they,
all of them help that.
they should teach Latin instead, though.
I agree.
Latin would be cool, like Pig Latin, that'd be sick.
Wait, inte, Abistray.
You would have that too good there,
It'd be so funny. Yeah, it's pretty chill. I'm taking Pig Latin 4 this year. Just writing 12-page essays in Pig Latin.
Oh,
This is not bad, but
It
it's
hurts
not
my-
good either.
it hurts my brain to think about writing in Pig Latin. Be miserable.
It's all bass backwards.
Ass backwards.
Would you put like the punctuation in the front of something?
I
or
don't
the
know,
back
but
of
I
the
hate it.
sentence?
I hate it. I don't know.
Well, you'd probably still put it in the back. Because you're not completely, you're not writing backwards, you're just switching letters around, so the punctuation will probably be in the same spot. But how about like a hyphenated word?
I love getting to a Spanish sentence and there being an exclamation point at the front. I'm like, I'm stoked right
Is
now.
that a hard lemonade?
No, it's Jack Daniel's Cherry Limeade. I saw it and I thought it was gonna be good, but it's like it tastes like bad, like not mixed properly Kool-Aid.
Because it's premium. It's a fucking lie.
He wants to try it. That was the dumbest interaction that I've seen all week.
You're welcome.
It's been dumber, but let's see. I'm getting like text messages and shit.
Weak. Wouldn't buy it. Wouldn't drink it if someone gave it to me for free.
Good.
You wouldn't drink it if somebody gave it for free?
No.
I'd drink it if it was
It
free.
tastes like a melted cherry popsicle.
I mean, so what if Travis bought it for you now? Because he did.
Bought it for me.
Yeah,
Thank you for
specifically.
buying it so much for me.
It's got to taste better than that stupid non-alcoholic Heineken garbage.
No, Heineken's still better because it tastes like beer. That just tastes like melted popsicles.
Yeah, but this serves a purpose. Yours doesn't. You're just drinking beer-flavored water.
I like
I guess
water.
it's just beer.
Well, I'm
in general.
hydrating. I'm hydrating. That serves a purpose.
But it's not hydrating.
I'm hydrating.
Why would it be not hydrating?
Look.
Because, I mean, it's not really just straight water, not really hydrating, so.
The first ingredients in here is water.
Whoa, dude, you're blowing my mind right now.
Just kidding. There's not an ingredients
You're
label.
saying it's
It
not.
probably is
You're,
water, though.
you're saying it's not 51% or above ABV? Yell something back. Yell something back.
I got nothing now.
Beverages?
Beverages!
Waiting on a reply. Waiting on a reply. Nothing. The neighbors are yelling. The neighbors think I'm selling dope.
What?
get a review
What?
of those frozen margarita otter pops?
Can I get a review on those frozen margarita otter pops?
They're not bad for what they are. I'd rather just have a margarita, honestly. But for like on the go fun stuff, they're not bad.
How often do you drink on the go? All the time? You have to say it louder. So
All the time.
all the time?
No, never really.
Yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me.
It's not.
Which reminds me, can we borrow some tubes for tomorrow? Are you guys leaving, or are you gonna be at home all day?
I'll be home.
Cool, I'll just text you. I'm assuming we'll probably shoot for 11 or noon.
Yeah, that's fine. I almost brought some tonight, but I forgot.
Just to hang out in?
No, I was gonna like drop them off so you guys could use them.
Oh, I thought you meant we could just sit in them.
Could.
It'd still be a thing.
Could. You got a couple here still. I don't know where they are. Just gotta remember after you blow 'em with the pump, you need to give a few puffs with your mouth because that pump doesn't do shit. It was so much better after I stopped and
Yeah.
inflated it by mouth.
I'm gonna look at the water levels and see if it's actually too cool tomorrow, considering how hot it's been this week.
I thought it changed that much.
It did rain a lot on what, Tuesday, Monday?
Yeah, that was the only thing. Like for me, especially being the heaviest guy in the group, I got stuck a lot.
Yeah. Oh, they call it a flow report, dude. Want to see my flow report?
I have no interest in your flow. Your heavy flow with your wide set trainer. What?
What, the last time we went was
Last weekend?
July 31st? Right?
No, the
What?
first.
Was it August 1st?
Yeah.
So we're lower than we were last time. That seems...
It's gonna be even worse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's at the low level, that's not at the high level.
What?
Like, in town. Okay, the neighbors think I'm selling dope. Selling dope.
Selling dope. I never think I was selling dope. Dude, I've just got an urge to play Call of Duty right now.
Yeah, I want to too.
What are
Hey,
your thoughts on guys with painted nails?
do your own thing. You can go your own way, as Fleetwood Mac always said. Hey Dick, we're quitting the stream and we're gonna go play COD.
No.
Well, it's 2 against 1, so.
Well, I mean, you guys can leave then. I'll just chat with my people. I don't need you. Remember that.
Okay.
I like you being around. I don't need.
Tell yourself that.
No. I don't need to tell myself that's something.
Wow, dude. Fuck our friendship, I guess.
Oh. No, that you didn't listen to part of it there.
Probably not.
Yeah. I like you being here, but I don't need it.
No.
Oh.
Please drink with your lips.
Just start drinking it with your nose.
Trying to get this fucking. He put a bottle tab in here.
What is our thoughts on guys with painted nails? Did you guys answer that yet?
I said you can do whatever you want. And as Fleetwood Mac said, you can go your own way.
Oh, fuck Fleetwood Mac.
What? Wrong.
Not wrong.
You're supposed to tie it into a knot.
I did, dude. Look at it.
You did not.
I don't really give a shit about people with painted nails in general. Like, if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. Whatever. Also, way to be sexist there, Tyler. Jesus.
How is it sexist?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Specifically guys.
Well, because it's.
So the idea is that, like, guys can't paint their nails.
I don't think that's what he was saying at all. He was asking what our opinion was about it.
He didn't add any context.
Yeah,
to it.
but, like, that is the context.
No, it's not.
'Cause
What
you
are your
wouldn't-
thoughts about guys
Because
with painted nails?
if you just said people, would it be better? I think it would. Is what I'm saying.
No.
No, because
There's no like
people also love
controversy or like
girls, and that's
question
like
about
already
women painting their
accepted.
nails.
Like that's what girls do is they paint their nails.
This is what I'm saying. This is sexist.
Well,
Why?
it's not
Because if
sexist,
it's
the
accepted
context.
for girls, why can't it be accepted for
I
guys?
did not say that. I just said there's no point in saying people because girls already do it.
Yeah. So, but why
Guys
can't?
aren't the ones who traditionally paint their nails. So what's your opinion on it?
It was a
Because
very,
some men do.
it was a very open-ended, non-biased question.
I know. I don't. Jesus Christ.
You can go your own way. Go your own.
I just don't give a shit about painted nails. If you do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. It's cool. It's all good.
It's too much work.
You put pretty color on there, and maybe you'll be like, nice color. Why don't you do it, Travis?
I think I'll clean it off eventually.
Paint? Nah, you just leave it.
It's true.
It just goes away.
I don't. That's not my thing.
It will be like when like your daughter's like 4 or 5.
Why don't they make like semi-permanent nail paint?
You can't.
Why?
Because it grows.
What do you mean semi-permanent nail paint?
Hey, you just touch at the bottom. Most women remove their painted nails because
Imagine you practicing
chips.
on my nails right now.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough on that one.
most women, I feel like, remove their painted nails or the paint on their nails because it like chips and stuff.
Well, yeah, but that's paint. You can't. Like, if it's permanent, you still have to touch it up, obviously, because it grows out, right? It's the same thing.
It's different. The whole idea is that it lasts for longer. You know, like if it doesn't chip, like if it's industrial strength, like.
So why don't you just use like car paint?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, so they already make it.
Spray gun and just fucking.
Or you could airbrush that shit straight up.
Yeah.
And they kind of do sometimes, like.
Get some old
Or what,
school.
they do like the fucking like the jewels and shit on there.
Yeah, he wants to get like you gotta fucking scuff it and then prime your nail, and then you gotta do your base coat and then some lacquer clear on top. Then you got this little like mini buffer for your nails.
It sounds like you're getting fake nails on top of it.
It does
Put
sound.
glue down
Yeah,
on
that
it.
doesn't sound like a paint problem.
No, that's
And it only stays for like a week and pops off.
yeah, that's like the fake acrylics or whatever.
Yeah, that's different.
You guys want to go on a ride someday?
Maybe.
Where you wanna go?
Local, Horseshoe, somewhere up there?
Every time.
Let me know.
Yeah. 3 miles only,
Only?
up and down.
Only?
Last week was 3.5. That's all I've been wanting to do.
We'll do.
We'll take you all the way around the Soderbergh, like West Trail and all that stuff. It's gravy.
I mean, the Mills one was a steep climb, Mill Creek or whatever, and it was pretty crazy on the way down.
Let's
so.
do Blue Sky.
Where's that? I only can go for so long because it's Hudson's Day, so I do it during his nap. But and I'm going with my brother-in-law and Seth. But yeah, let's get playing.
Yeah,
It'll be
let me know.
more fun, more of us. So
The Blue Sky.
yeah, in a second.
It's probably only like an hour out and back, if that.
No,
Okay.
it's a powder.
Yeah.
It's a powder.
If you're like actually like going slow.
Yeah,
too.
so it's a powder that they put on.
Oh,
like,
so
they mix
you're
it with like
doing-
a water.
you're
It turns
doing
into like
gel.
a paste.
Yeah.
gel.
Everyone
It's
is
gel.
thinking
Okay,
about
so you're doing gel paint.
Comes out as powder, and then they like add the wet brush to it and form the nail.
This one's pretty easy. Powder
Yeah.
coat?
There's one in Wyoming Seth was looking at that's more like rolly and then obstacle and then like up and down.
Some like flow trails.
He says it's real fun, so that's what I've been jamming on more.
But also,
I like flow a lot.
that is another viable option if you want like your durable stuff, like legitimate powder coated fingernails.
You wanna get some
Yeah, but you
powder
can't
coated
oven that
fingernails,
shit for
Scotty?
fucking ever. That's part of the problem with that.
You can.
You're gonna put your fucking feet in a fucking 300-degree fucking oven?
Mine goes to 9,
that's
dude.
what he
Third of the time. Done.
How you like baked powder coat on?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
It's fine. Oh,
you don't just bake it on your toes. I'm
You
saying.
just design these special socks and gloves made of heat-resistant
I
material.
wonder
that
what
just show the
the
nail.
temperature is that your nails melt. I bet it's pretty low.
I bet.
Well, but then
under
we're like, it's even better because then if the powder coat fuses with your melted nail, it's never going off.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah, but except for that's probably gonna burn the toe also underneath. I'm saying.
But we're not talking about. That's a totally different conversation. We're just talking about.
What is
So
with
both
all?
of you should experiment on your 2 toes and then let me see.
let's do it.
This toe is already trying to eject itself from my body, so
Smart as shit.
I don't think it'd be.
Acrylic dip powder. It's hard as shit, but it falls off later. Like a
Did
week
you guys
later.
know one of the I cleaned the other
So, yeah,
day?
that's what I
one
said,
of
it's
the
acrylic.
tubes had a rip in it.
Yeah.
Sat on the chair. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, we did it like right at the beginning of the trip last week. It was kind of a bummer.
What?
When we tore the
The air mattress.
air mattress
The
on
fucking guardrail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bad.
I just want to let
Twice,
you know. Did I
yeah,
get
yeah.
my Moncho back?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it this week.
No worries. Pretty cool, right?
Pardon?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah.
She's stoked on it. Yeah, I have it in the washing basket that I'm gonna do today or tomorrow.
Sure.
Tomorrow.
I'll get a beer and put a shirt on before we come out.
Okay.
Fridge this.
Yeah, he's gonna eat it.
Let
here
some
in a minute.
culture grow on it. It's fine.
Out here?
Thanks, buddy. Do a little bacteria.
Acrylic dip powder.
Acrylic
Yeah,
dip
so that's what we
powder.
said. They're acrylic.
Yeah, so that's like.
Falls off if you put glue under it.
Well, how do you put it on there if you don't put glue under it? This.
Doesn't stick.
Otherwise it lasts months and you do touch-ups.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's totally fake
So
nails.
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Permanent fake nails.
But they can't be permanent because your nail grows. Like, so it can never be permanent.
Joke's on you, my fingernails never get longer.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck me.
You're also a liar.
From your own.
That means you have to do it. I'll pay for it to get done if your nails don't get longer.
Alright, let's do it.
I'm like, pedicure sounds good right now, to be perfectly honest. Patty Manny, I'm totally
Second,
down.
I got one right before we went to Mexico, and I was like, I can't justify the price tag, but it's kind of nice every
It's
once.
only like
once
40
in a while.
bucks.
I think that was 60.
Well, you should go to the other place that me and Kay go to. It's like
Yeah.
40 bucks. It's dope. You like the massage and like the weird lady doesn't speak the same language as you. It's fine.
And they're just talking shit about you. They're like, God damn, his feet are so fucking ugly. And I'm like, I know, like you don't need to say it in another language.
The
If
lady
anything-
that I had didn't speak English at all, and like,
Yeah.
the guy that was helping Kate was like, he was like, she doesn't speak English, so I'm like cracking jokes. I was like, thanks for telling me before, because I've just been cracking jokes for fucking half an hour.
I've just literally been laughing at myself the whole time.
She's like, yeah, like totally like no English at all. I was like, brutal. But yeah, it was only like 40 or 45 bucks, which includes nail paint if you want.
Oh, I'm in.
I didn't do any nail paint, but
What?
no,
It's included.
I didn't. I just don't need any color.
That's like,
I don't even like. Again, I don't do tattoos. I don't fucking do like weird shit. Like I just.
You don't do
It's not weird. It's not weird
tattoos
shit.
because they're permanent. That ain't permanent.
It's true. Did you see me with fucking colored ass nails right now?
yeah.
I guess technically it'd be sexist if I couldn't, right? Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my like. I don't know. I'll wear like weird shit. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't want like. I don't want it, so don't do it.
I ain't go do it.
It's like the face paint scenario, like that. You were with us when Seth got his face painted at the bowling alley. Were you there for that?
I don't think so.
Neither of you were there for that. So like we were at the bowling alley and like there's a girl like painting faces, and like so it's like I'm gonna go do it, and then like halfway through like it's like halfway done. He's all, I don't want this anymore. And he like gave her $20 for like this like 3/4 done fucking like face paint. It was so stupid. They were like, dude, are you sure you want to do that?
I don't want this anymore.
I feel like we should do that one day where we just get to pick everyone else's face paint.
Face paint?
And then you have to spend the day trying to guess what your face paint is based on the context of like context clues or like what people like say to you, but you can't outright like.
Tyler, this almost looks like fucking Photoshop. Like, it doesn't look good, to be honest. It looks like it was Photoshopped, like, but it's not. I zoomed in to make sure. It's not. Or like
Also, I think
MS
he's-
Paint, like.
I also think he's full of shit. He says Amanda's practicing. He looks like he's in a position where he's just alone. Or just chilling. Yeah, oh, Amanda's doing it.
No, I bet his wife is doing
You're
it. But
sitting on the couch in your PJs just painting your nails as you're bored. Looks fine, dude.
Wait, why doesn't she do the whole thing? Number one, and why does it look like Vanta Black is on your fingernails?
It's because it's the powder coat, so it's like dark.
It's dark as fuck.
The first
Also,
counter
why are you wearing UGG boots?
That's what I'm saying. She's not there.
I bet his wife is doing it. I bet they're weird
To
like
build
that.
a ridge?
He's sitting on the couch, pants on, no shirt, Uggs.
Are you wearing Uggs there, Tyler?
Amanda's panties.
It looks like Uggs to
Painted
me.
fingers.
What?
Those are just, they're not like genuine Uggs. They're like Uggish.
Yeah, they're like knockoff Kmart Uggs.
Have you ever worn Uggs?
I can't say that I have. I know they make men's Uggs, I just don't do it.
Yeah, dude. Tom Brady does that.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be basing anything off of what Tom Brady does.
They're dope.
They're dope.
Nothing feels better than a set of Uggs in your wife's panties. Sitting there on the couch, painting fingernails.
In the mountains.
I mean, you basically live in the mountains, so.
You should pass that dick.
Does Ugg make a size 15?
They make men's Uggs. You want to see?
Yeah, most men's shoes don't come in my size either. So, ooh, this one's got flavor.
Yeah, this one actually tastes like something.
Tastes like
Uggs.
grapes.
I can walk
grape
through
in
snow
here?
in my slippers, bitch.
I mean, fair on that one. What?
Grape in here?
Yeah, it's got purple haze in it.
Fuck yeah, dude, I'm getting good.
You ever tried Mucklucks, Tyler? I have Muckluck slippers.
I
They're the
walk
best.
through snow with my slippers, bitch. I'm a man. I walk through snow bare feet uphill, both ways. To school.
Alright,
While painting
classic
your nails
mini
yourself.
I'm wearing my wife's underwear.
A G-string is not comfortable, but
They totally make
I don't understand that.
15s. They totally make up to 18s in men's sizing.
it
Damn.
is.
Yeah.
So everybody but Shaq can get Uggs.
Yeah. With a
Shaq's
size
what, a
22.
22?
Yeah.
Which I saw one at that Nike outlet store. They had a pair of 22s one time. So I put them on just to see. Dude, that's a big fucking foot, man. I've got pretty decent sized feet, and that's a big foot.
Yeah, the thing is, what he's wearing is actually straight up Uggs. Like, they're Ugg branded and everything. Like,
Well, I got Oakleys from Mexico that were Oakleys, but they cost $20, so.
well, the thing with, like, most, like, sunglasses is they're all made by one company.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Luxottica.
They are hella comfortable.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that they're comfortable. 'Cause imagine if they weren't and they were just garbage. They were just trash. You're like, fuck this shit.
You know, one thing I still haven't messed with though in COD is I haven't even messed with the new train.
Yeah, I saw someone jump on it today, and I was like, oh shit, that looks intense.
Well, Seth and I were playing that duos, and
Mhm.
we were waiting for you, and fucking we were at hospital, and the train rolled by, and I just grabbed the back of it, and I was like, see you later. He's like, fuck, really? I was like, nah, I should probably stay with you. I was so excited because I hopped on the train, I was like, god damn it, nah, you can't make it.
That's just pretty wild. It's so loud, too.
YRS of
This shit is loud. Lasted 10 years of daily use. Yeah, but daily use from like a software programmer's perspective is not quite the same as like Travis's daily
Just
use.
sitting every day,
Yeah, a little different.
wrenching on cars with Uggs on.
Could
So
you
yeah,
imagine?
Does Ugg make steel toe?
Could you imagine how much shit you would get from your coworkers if you wore Uggs?
Kind of want to now. It's like on casual Fridays or whatever, just strolling with Uggs on. Yeah, dude, I'm comfy as shit. You get mad when you like they're gonna get so dirty and fucked up.
Well, yeah. I mean, the problem at the shop, anyways, is just you just trash shoes.
Everything.
Clothes, your hands, your face. Sometimes I've done that.
Your body.
Yeah.
You gotta take a money shot to the face when you're doing some fluids.
Ugh.
Like specifically tranny pans. Sometimes when they go wrong.
Tranny panties?
Yeah. Training pants can be a huge mess.
Drop them in.
Yeah. Or even like we were talking about like gear, like if you drop that shit in the pan and like it sprays fucking everywhere, and you're like, heating up for fucking 25
Or like
minutes.
how every so often you have that oil change. Usually you pull it and you can guesstimate the pressure and like where
Yeah,
the
but
flow's
then
gonna
other
go.
times it's all fucking.
Fucking
Or it
sheets
hits
out
like the corner, like there's too much oil in it, so it hits like a suspension arm
and just splashes.
everywhere, and it's hot as fucking hell, so it's going everywhere.
Or you're doing like the power strokes that come straight down, and it
You
hits
drop
the plug or something in the fucking drain. It just fucking rainbows out.
Or you drop the plug and it hits the fucking middle of the drain plug, and it's hot, so you're like trying to get it the fuck out, and like so it doesn't fill up too fast, and like half the time like those oil pans, like the hole's not big enough for like the fluid to go through.
So the oil's coming in faster than it's going down.
Yeah, so it overflows anyways.
Yeah. It's fun shit. I love it.
You think you've gone to a store once and then? All right.
So daily use is kind of not really using them. You're just putting them on your feet and just chilling. It's kind of what socks are for. I think.
Silver's yellow now.
I mean, that would be the place to wear Uggs too. Is go to the liquor store for sure.
Oh yeah.
The liquor store. Why don't you let Blue out? He's been in the house.
He's gonna come sit behind you then.
I'll mark my spot.
I'll pee on the couch right now.
Who says I haven't already?
That makes sense.
So
I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog.
Ooh, come here. Come here. Come in. Come here, bro. Come.
go.
Yes, shoveling snow, etc.
This is proper stuff. How'd your back feel after sleeping on that short couch?
Yeah, let's watch the movie. Let's do this. Yeah, let me get comfortable. It's loading, and then I woke up and it was dark and quiet, and I was like, yeah, oh yeah. Got up, went and like did the 2 a.m. shower because I was all fucking nasty from yesterday, and like, that's the worst when you like go to bed for real at 3 o'clock, then you're like, I gotta be up in 3 hours.
Power nap.
Yeah, I've had like a kink in my neck for a while that's where you can only sleep with your head turned one way, you know? Because you go
No.
this, and then you're like, ooh.
If I turn too far to the left, I'm going to die.
Gotta switch it up, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hey.
So,
Not on camera, dude.
did it ever load? The Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started it and he just didn't wake up, so I watched
Okay.
like half an hour and I was like, I'm tired. Went to bed.
Yeah, well, you did a long, like, night day.
I had a very long day yesterday. This still looks like it's fucking photoshopped. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like she kind of fucked up the ring finger there, Tyler.
Her ring finger.
Yeah, it's the E-Tex phone.
Second coat. Oh god, what happened?
Oh, it's getting dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks photoshopped.
But you zoom in and it's not.
What is this? We're still anodizing, or I mean,
Yeah.
powder coating.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because there's little glitter flakes, and the ring finger's always the one you do something crazy on for some reason.
You know,
So there's like little
what the
glitter
French,
flakes.
French tip is?
Yeah.
Is
It's like the white
the
tip.
white tip.
It's layers.
Layers. All the layers.
It's glitter. That's all.
The lady that makes my tacos at the thing, they like. Hispanics do it. But she has like the crazy nails. I'm like, how do you even like
The
cook
claws?
and do stuff?
How do you touch
And then there's
stuff?
like they're bedazzled and stuff, you know, and like one's a sunflower and a ladybug, and it's like,
It's like funny when you watch them text, they have to hold their phone like do this to their finger and kind of just.
I always there was a lady I used to work with at JBS who had like super long fingernails, and I don't know how she typed, to be honest. Like, yeah, it's just like I just don't get it.
What if you just learn how to type with like your nail?
But that's how you chip them, so you don't want to do that.
yeah.
Now if you powder coat them, dude, we had this conversation.
Get it all figured out.
But it's gonna you could break a nail.
Not this powder coated, dude.
I like.
Oh yeah.
If the oven doesn't fuck up your nail, you're probably fine.
Do any of you chew your nails?
It's
I
like you
had
put
one
like
buddy
truck
that did
bed lighter
that.
on that shit.
So I don't know if Seth still does, but he used to do it pretty
Like
bad.
to the point it like looks weird, like your finger just
It's like a nub.
nubbed them down. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Seth.
Ross used to do that, and I don't do it because I'm like, yeah, you know where my hand's going, like a work day in a crawl space. No.
Touching my dick all day, I don't chew my fingernail.
Yeah. I let mine get too long, but like this week was one of those ones where I was like wrenching on some things and just did the full like and just felt it like bend back, and you look at it and it like folds back over, but you see the crease line and you're like, that's gonna hurt.
That's gonna feel.
I smashed one of the fingers. I think it's like, which finger is it? This one. There's one like where like like no matter like how it grows, it like has like a divot in it.
Oh yeah, because you broke.
Cause like it smashed my. It's my thumb. Like it's always got like a divot,
Oh
and it's always grows a divot.
When I broke this thumb last year, like it did that, like you could see I messed up with the growth plate and had one of those and it was like, yeah, about the same time it took to heal, it grew out.
This one just always does it. Like no matter like how like it is, it's always gonna divot. What are you doing here?
So you've had that one removed, Travie, then? Like fully removed?
Then it got ingrown before it even fucking grew back all the way.
Okay, because I thought that's why they
Fucking
like.
bullshit, dude.
I did an ingrown toenail removed once. Felt really bad for like 2 weeks. Like I barely wanted to walk.
Well, it wasn't too bad. It was just like a
No.
couple days, and then it was fine.
Yeah, that was brutal. Like they were at the point where like if this had been like a week or two further, we would have considered amputating your toe. Because
That's
how
infection
infected
or
it was.
something, yeah.
Jesus.
Because when I like got the frostbite for being stupid and walking home, 2 doctors were like, we don't want it to go gangrene. And frostbite, like it kills the cells because they freeze so it expands. So it's like razor blades in your cells. It was pretty painful. And then it gets real like waxy and dead, like it's zombie foot looking. And 2 doctors were like, yeah, we think we're gonna have to like remove the toe, this and that. Like were prepping me for surgery one day, and this other doctor came in and said, what do we got going on? It's like, oh, bad frostbite. Looked at it, he's like, oh, you're gonna regret that, that's gonna hurt, but you'll be okay in a month or 2. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, oh yeah, it's just gonna be painful. And I was like, have you ever seen frostbite before? And he's like, yeah, a couple times. And I was like, have you guys? And like, no. And I was like, we're going with this doctor. Like, you were about to cut my toe off, and you've never actually seen.
You just
frostbite?
wanted to cut a toe off today, didn't you?
Yeah, we're not
It's on my
gonna do
bucket
that.
list.
And it's like,
We've got a jar of
It gets
toes
a-
that's
like-
just empty right now. Like need to start the
It's
jar.
like, which movie was it? Was it Mr. Deeds where he's like the...
Yeah.
The whole foot.
The
Why
whole
would
foot?
you do
Yeah.
that?
Oh my god!
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like it doesn't even hurt except for when I play hockey and I don't like wear socks for feel reasons. It was just something I started, and going back is weird. And that toe gets like colder after a whole game where I'm like, yeah, I can feel it's like a little cold, not as comfortable.
Frostbite rarely ever has to get cut off.
Almost let you guys amputate my fucking toe, and you didn't ever see frostbite. Doctors.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that it needs to be ever cut off. I've had frostbite pretty gnarly on my feet, on my face, because the beard will catch all the fucking ice.
I've
like,
seen
you
you
can
once
just
after
hold it there.
snowmobile where it was both cheeks just had these little spots right here that
Yeah.
have been scabbed up.
It's like it's all purple and like can't feel it, and it's like whatever. Hair grows on it still, so it wasn't that bad apparently.
Your follicle will fine.
I got a bad staph infection in the knee once, and I had a doctor do the same thing. He was like, yeah, it's like you just bruised your knee and must have poked it or something crawling around a crawl space. I was like, there's nothing there. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's more painful than a bruise, because like bruises hurt when you touch them. This was like, I flexed my knee, and the way to describe it is think of like 1,000 saw blades around your knee, and your knee's a balloon, and every time you moved it, they just sunk in a little closer. I was like, oh, I don't know, man, it's really hurt. And came back the next day, like went from limping to like, I can't walk almost. And some intern was like, yeah, I know, but maybe we'll just give you like penicillin shot in the ass and see if it's an infection, you know? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, at this point, like, when you're in that much pain, you're
Is
like,
it gonna
"Dude,
hurt?
whatever. Oh, the shot in the ass is pretty
No,
painful.
I just mean,
Don't
like,
clench.
Is
I
it
clenched.
is it gonna hurt to try? Like,
Yeah. And so she did that, and like he's like, yeah, it's a bruise. It's definitely, but whatever. Give him the shot if he wants. I was like, yeah. Let's
How are
do
you
the
not
shot.
supposed to clench when you take a needle in the butt cheek?
You clenched it. But yeah, it was one of those things that came
Nah.
back the next day. I was like, fuck the
I feel like
doctor.
I
Where's that
clenched it.
intern that knew what she was talking about? Because I went from like not
I
being
got a
able to
needle
walk to
story.
like,
It's like
I
boils
feel like I would
away.
at least like
Almost
just kind of
better.
flinch.
Yeah,
at
your
first.
bruise got better almost
I
immediately.
got a needle story that's like crazier than like all of it. Have you ever had a TB test?
Tuberculosis?
Yeah.
I don't know. The craziest needle is draining something. It's like the biggest needle you've ever seen.
So tuberculosis ones are basically the same. So basically what they do, and this is it's better now. It's not the same, but like back when I first got mine, I had to have one for college, and they took this needle this long, and they shove it down, and it's big. It's a big fucking huge one.
5-10 times the size of a normal needle.
Yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
you can fit 5 or 10
Yeah,
needles
no, this
inside the hole.
it's a big ass
Yeah.
needle,
Jones and Ram.
and they put it down your arm, like, you know, because it's like yay long. 'Cause it's got to be so long with your wrist and everything. They put it down into here, and then they pump a bunch of shit into there, so you can see it, like bubble up. And they're like, if it does that, you know, if it's still like that in a week, then you have TB. But yeah, it's a fucking the needle's this long and fucking huge. It's like, I mean, I would put it like, I wouldn't put it like fucking like.
Like a straw?
No, it's more like what you'd see like
Like
if
a
you're
cocktail
doing
straw?
something.
Like a cocktail straw
Yeah.
size. That's what like how big the needle was going
Pretty
in.
girthy.
It's pretty. And it's like
It's kind of like an IV needle, like when you're donating blood or
Plasma.
plasma.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
little bit bigger than that.
That's,
I used
yeah,
to-
it's it's probably a little bit bigger. That's kind of small.
My
Yeah.
MS test was brutal. I did an MS test at 16 or 17,
Yeah,
just because it's so predominantly in my family where it's not supposed to be hereditary.
but it
It's the
is.
same thing, but they like stick it right up like where your like butt meets your spine, and it's just
So it's like watching
nauseating.
like
how-
watching McKellar get an epidural. It's not a
Mhm.
very. It's kind of a. It's probably a like an IV needle, kind of a plasma needle.
Yeah.
But it's a good.
Yeah, it's like 3/4 of
It
the
gets in there.
MS test, and like just watching someone do it, you're like,
One of the guys going in and like I guess he kind of went sideways at the end. He's like, yeah, that doesn't feel right, so you had to pull it out and go in again.
start over.
I've been lucky being a skinny guy for that my whole life. Like when they're like, we need to find a vein, it's like, which one do you want? You know, because I remember watching Ava or somebody just sitting there getting
I mean, I've never
poked.
really had a problem with that, except for when I broke my legs, and there was like it was like.
I've never like mine don't stick out. They could usually get one. You can still see where the holes were when I would donate plasma.
Yeah, I used to like dirt attracts to it more.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, like when I was in the shop, it was always like you could like, oh, I'm a user for sure. 'Cause
I wonder if
dark
that's
right
heat
there.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
What?
Like because there's more heat there. Moving through.
Something I don't know. Yeah, but like whenever you're dirty, it's always like I can see it like immediately where they used to fuck me a lot when I was getting broken legs.
You see, like,
Well, it's
you
just
have
like it's like
versus-
taking that like black crayon sideways over paper. You can just kind of see the texture of it.
Yeah.
Or, like the valley of it's clean, but the ring around it's dirty. She's like, wow, I've done drugs.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be, obviously, but like right after, like for like probably 2 years, just at the shop, and just like it just looks like I fucking like was always sticking shit in my fucking arm.
Yeah.
yeah, I used to like from hockey and skateboarding. You have like bursis in your elbows, and I like destroyed my left elbow at some point, falling on it too many times. So I used to get this like fluid sac that literally like if I went like this, you would just see like it was like a turkey neck on my elbow. It just flow. And so I used to have it drained, and it's like, it would turn all weird, and then it's time to get it drained again, and that was like the needle. They would like push it in and suck it out, and it'd be like the orange blood, like not like clean red, you know? It was kind of, and then it would like slowly retract, and then if I fell on it, it explodes. I don't fall on my elbows anymore. I started wearing elbow pads real religiously after that.
Explodes.
Oh, it just got so painful, dude.
Exploding elbows.
Like after that, you'd be in hockey, you'd land on your elbow with pads. You ever had a hip
Anybody else
pointer?
need a beer?
I'm good. I just got to be good
And I
since
bruised
something.
a hip.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
I just got to be. I haven't even taken a drink out of it yet.
See you move.
It's like months that you feel like
Yeah.
a hip bruise.
So coaching a baseball team, 10-year-olds, and there was one kid before practice like, Coach, I broke my ribs, and I was like, no, you didn't.
To what?
We're talking about broken things. I like broken things.
That's fine.
Everyone can relate. Everyone has a I fucked myself up story.
So yeah, but real
Put a
quick,
broken torch
this
bit
kid's
through
like,
my
my hip's broken. I'm like, you're fine, and they were all
Fuck up.
complaining. It's like the second to last game, we were short two bodies, and then like our pitcher tagged this kid, but it was like a grace in the chest, and so you take a base, and then you hit the same kid again, and then our guy bats this fucking line drive, and it comes off the ground at the shortstop, just way crazy, and just thugs this kid in the eye. And he, like, doesn't skip a beat. Sees it, picks it up, throws it, doesn't quite make the play, but I mean, it tagged him where everybody's, ooh! And then, like, we're like, stop the game, go see if that kid's okay. He's 10 years old. He just took him. No, I'm okay. It's like, you sure? Like, everybody just saw that, and that was like, we heard the smack. And then later in the game, their pitcher smacks this kid right in the thigh, and he's like, and I just look at their coach. I was like, we can't bring anything up anymore. Your kid took one in the face and didn't even bat. My kid's crying over here and took it in the meat of the thigh. Like, and I mean, it was like, before the inning was over, it was already like cascading into like a nice fucking black eye. I was like, that kid's tough as
He's a
hell.
tough kid for
He's
sure.
got a black eye and he's playing on, and my kids cry when they get like, Pinky Jam.
Well, it's like a 10-year-old thing. Like, it's one or the other. It's either like they're super tough, or like they're still at that age where like it's like they don't know if they should be like,
Freaked
this
out or not.
injured me. Yeah.
Do you remember that
Dude,
first season of kickball we played where the ball bounced off my arms and hit me in the face and I had a gnarly black eye?
Yeah.
And I've never felt so ridiculous for having a black eye.
That reminds me. Yeah, that one
I
was
got hit in
super
the
funny.
face with some big old balls. They weren't little balls.
Yeah.
Like when Travis had that chew in his
It
mouth.
hit me in the throat and I swallowed my dip. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm throwing up in the outfield. Hit me right in the throat and I swallowed half my dip.
But yeah, your face was pretty fucked up. I mean, you bruised pretty easily, anyways.
Yeah.
So like,
That was-
it doesn't take much, but that was a pretty big bruise, just all over your
Those were
face.
some good times while it lasted.
Dude, I had so much fun. The first year was legit. I actually really liked the second year more, where we played over there.
I liked playing on the dirt more.
Yeah. But the
But then
teams also were way more like, the problem was our team was still recreational, and there was a mix
Well, but
between like competitive rec there.
One of like, there was
The
that
fight.
problem where half of us, like, it was rec, but we were like athletic, and then there was the other half of the team that
Then we had to fill a team.
was like rec.
Then we had to fill a team.
Yeah, there was just some attitude problems by some certain people that like didn't need to occur.
Yeah.
Well, this is one thing I've always gotten. I'm not gonna say names, but like I played competitive sports my whole life, and like especially in hockey and definitely like even in paintball, like you go out on the field, you kind of play a couple points. You should know exactly where you rank with people. Like I could pick our team out, and I could tell you top lineup kickers, top fielders, and I guarantee I'm like within one or two if you took like a poll of like a non-biased person. Like you know who like.
Does well.
We
and
know
who
you
sucks.
can boot the fucking shit out of the ball, you know. We know Seth is probably like one of our best fielders. Like he's mobile, he's quick, he makes catches. I was a decent fielder. My kicking, I'd be like 4 or 5 down for sure because I didn't have a boot, but I got around good. I felt like some of the players on our team, not saying names again, really didn't gauge that well, and would be like, "Oh, I should play like this position," and it'd be like, No, that's normally your fastest player, and you don't even run.
There was a little bit of that.
You know, and then I would say, like, there's a couple people, like, I really felt like, and we've had this talk, that, like, weren't there at the beginning of the year, but by trying, were by far better players at the end of the year than some people that should have been better.
Well, my biggest thing is during that whole time, I was like, I don't care if we did well at all.
We're just having fun.
I just want the idea of like, when we're there and like we're doing this, like, you know, it was rec league, but it
It's
was still
also a
competitive.
Apply a little bit of effort.
Just try. That was like my biggest problem with a few people. Was
You
like,
don't need to try any harder than you did in like high school.
yeah,
and commit.
just-
That was my other problem. Like, when I'm just not feeling it tonight. No, but we've all made this commitment. Like, you fuck all of us when we, like, don't have a team all the time.
yeah, you just gotta try, and that was like the biggest thing for me. And like people get mad at me. I was like, I just want you to try. I don't care if you catch it, but try to catch it,
Yeah, like,
And
I
then-
not just be like, let it run next to your fucking leg.
And now I
like,
will throw a name out. Like, that's where I was like, Dan clearly isn't like the most like I played baseball in this, but what it was always effort. And so that
Yeah.
way you drop a
Well,
ball,
he
I don't
always
care
tries.
because you're running, you're diving, it bounces off your chest, you don't catch it. Great, you could have had better form diving there, buddy. This is how you do it. But there was never like, shit, he's not even over his head and just somebody else. You're the outfielder.
I think the only
Somebody
time
else.
I tried to catch a ball and like I missed it and gave up was when I got hit in the throat. So I just dropped.
You were just like, it was just like, and it makes sense because like you get thrashed in the fucking. It would be the same thing as like you're like in a boxing match, and you get punched in the neck. It doesn't really like do anything, but like
You're not a bitch for falling down. You got hit in the throat, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I played with a broken wrist for 3 weeks, and it was like, well, but I can't break the wrist again.
Yeah, but sometimes you're an idiot,
could.
and that was one of those moments.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I actually played pretty good.
That was pretty reckless.
I had my favorite fucking home run ever on 4th of July with a broken wrist. First pitch.
So there's also though with that scenario is you actually had a hard cast too, so it made sense. Like it wasn't gonna injure you to do it again unless you like fell down.
No,
hard.
unless I did what I did playing paintball.
Yeah.
Broke the thumb in the cast. So it was stupid in that sense, but
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
but I was playing 2 times a week competitive sports, keeping up with broken bones. Like,
And
and
again,
then I
it's,
took it easy for a while. Like, hey guys, I'm probably not gonna play any more paintball or sports until like the thumb wrist combo gets healed,
Yeah.
because that fucked me up.
yeah, I mean that's one of those things when like when you do play broken, and that's when you were stupid. You shouldn't have,
And then
but
there
you
were, like,
needed to.
there was
So.
the people that got a little bit too into it. Again, not gonna say the names, you all know who it was, but like wanting to get together outside of the games and practice. Like that's too much. That's too much effort. This is the severe league.
I would say do one so people understood what they're doing, because I would say there was a lot of mistakes that people didn't understand what to do. And that took a little while. Like, kickball, you don't throw to first. Baseball, your first baseman's one of your best catchers because you fucking lob it at him. Kickball, first is an easy run always if you have anything on it. Second baseman should be more valuable because they actually have to catch a ball. Don't fucking... That was a thing
Yeah,
we did a
first
lot.
base isn't
Why the
important.
fuck are you even trying to throw the ball like a baseball and then... okay. It's a two-hand, it's a basketball.
Oh, I mean, I could throw it with one hand. That was fine.
Yeah, but you have like a pretty
Okay.
big mitt.
I could grip
I
the
got
fucking
tiny-
ball.
I got tiny little hands,
It was just
dude.
like a kind of slightly larger softball.
And like,
Yeah, you
I
got,
mean, how
you got
accurate
big grips,
is
so
it,
you
too?
can.
And I
Yeah.
got this whip of an arm. Like,
Yeah.
just,
I think outfield into
But even
home
I
is
have a
one
pretty
thing.
decent sized hand too.
It's
But like
different than third to first, like a rocket.
a two-handed
kinda.
throw, like works a lot better with the fucking kickball. Just in
Well, that's the thing,
general.
like, I mean, yeah, like I said, you can sail it, but the accuracy is not there.
So people have to adjust to that. Like, I felt
Yeah,
half the
which-
times when we threw people out, it was better just run and tag them almost, or run and get 3 feet away and then bounce them.
That
than
was
it
the
to,
worst.
like,
Throwing it at somebody to hit them and then you just completely whiff it and it's gone. Like, well, fuck me. There it
Yeah.
goes.
Well, especially like we don't have like a fucking like, all the players that can like fucking like really like sprint it out. So it's like if it did miss, you were like, well,
Like, I remember I got
more runs on
trouble,
airs.
but I got some mean looks when there's that one play where Amanda was center field and I was right field. And I fucking sprinted all the way across the field and dove in front of her to catch the ball that she was like ready to catch. I think it was either Hannah or Bailey that got really mad at me. It's like, well, I didn't think she was gonna catch it. I knew I could, so.
The play, but I had one where, remember, Jess took me out or something. We were both going for it. The first season in Go Kickball. I remember that Jess chick, like, she was pretty good. And she
Jen.
went up.
Jen.
no, Jess.
Jess. I thought it was. And she definitely, like,
Zeus
went up and I
Jessie
went down and
Stewart?
it was just
Yep.
like,
Oh,
next
sorry.
thing I know, I'm
Oh,
on
yeah.
the ground and she's, like, coming down on top of me. Like, oh, yeah, I guess we both went for it a little hard.
Apparently, I drink a lot of water today.
I wish we could do something like that, though. I really actually had a lot of fun. And, like, the core people, I felt like were good, but it just got a little, like...
We should make a wiffle ball league.
Attitudes. Bad attitudes.
If it wasn't the problems, it's Saturdays right now, and I have Celebrate Helmet. Oh, I have 3.
We could do wiffle ball Thursdays or something.
Thursday would be good. I just have so much fun on that, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I have fun.
It is by far my
Pickleball's
favorite.
pretty fun.
My favorite pastime.
The slip and slide one though, that was so much fun.
The one that didn't get busted the year before was like epic.
It was
too.
intense. There were probably 40 people playing.
That year was.
I didn't.
That
I
year
wasn't
the
one that got
cleanup-
busted.
We
When the cop
didn't-
drove on the grass and gave you guys a hard
Yeah.
time.
That was
Fucking asshole.
You're ruining
yeah.
the grass. And I'm like,
You just drove
Officer,
your fucking
you
8,000 pound
And
SUV.
we're fucking
on
watering the
grass.
shit out of it right now. And that my argument there was more like, so you realize we've done this for 2 years and never had a complaint.
Well, just the hard part about that is he drove his truck or his SUV onto the grass to tell you you're ruining the grass.
He was
the only
such a
got me.
dickhead.
It was, you can't be drinking here, you can't do this, and it's like, what's happening right now at City Park? You have 10,000 people down there stomping the grass, drinking. Oh yeah, but it's permitted. They're paying $10 a beer, so it's legal. Well, we still paid sales tax. We still did everything, and we definitely, like, that's one thing everybody in that group was really good about. Like, we didn't leave it dirty or
Cleaned up.
I'll say it was never messy. We never just left cans and
No,
shit
we
around.
moved the fucking picnic table back to where we moved it. It was
We left it better than we found it.
or equal.
Always,
I mean,
every time.
Yeah.
no,
We
one
were
was
always
picking
picking
up
up
sticks,
trash
but we
and
picked
shit.
up dog shit if it was there, even if it wasn't our dogs because it was in the field.
It was never
Like-
dogs, really.
Well, people had dogs, but it was clean. I mean, it wasn't a district. That to me is one of those things. Like I was a kid we used to have this tree that leaned like this on a lake. We'd climb up and jump off, and it got popular because it was the one tree that leaned out. And then the neighbors complained to the point they cut the tree down and just dropped it in the lake. And it was like, that's like taking fun from like 15-year-old kids that don't have a lot. That's good, harmless fun. And what do you want us to do? Sit in my parents' basement, the one parent that isn't home, and smoke weed? Because that's not good, harmless fun to a kid that's 15. It's not nearly as productive. This is productive, but yeah, they're screaming when they jump off a tree 20 feet into the water. They're having fun. It's harmless fun, though, where the other option you gave us is, hey, guys, let's go, like, just find somewhere where we can get high and no one, like, it's stupid shit like that bothered me as a kid. Like, there used to be a cool dirt bike fucking ramp behind Laurel Elementary, and they always got complaints, and it was like, oh, you're distracting the kids from school, and it's fucking recess. They're watching the dirt bikers on recess. Why is that any worse than in recess?
It's not.
And well, some kid's gonna get on his bike and come over there and hurt himself. Well, but that's like
That's what children do.
that's also life. Like it's no different than falling off a curb. Why is this illegal? And they ended up bringing the city in and cleaning the fucking site out, and not letting us do it because it
Bullshit.
was like a bunch of hooligans. Where really it's like every 17-year-old kid is kind of a hooligan. Like
You
finding
need something to do that's not just fucking like schoolwork.
when video
Shit.
games aren't the only other option, like that's another good. I feel like that's a lot of parents say they don't want video games. You don't have organized sports, but I skateboarded a shit ton. When I actually got good at skateboarding, you couldn't be out getting high and drinking because like it is a sport that you have to be on point for, and the fact that it has a bad image at that, especially when we were younger, like skateboarding was like you're a bad kid. You just
That's what the
I'm just
rebels
into
did.
something you don't understand. Paintball gets that a lot too. It's a gun. It's a marker, by the way. That's what they sell them as. And if you've ever been to a paintball field, it's some of the strictest rules on gun. Like it's probably better to teach
They
a
yell
kid
at
gun
you for
safety.
not having a sock on in certain areas. Like they're super strict
Yeah,
about it.
it's probably better for gun safety than a lot of things. Don't point your gun. Don't do this. Don't do that. It's fundamentals for later in life, and the fact that it's a marker and it's played that way, like it'd probably help more people to understand. And then once you get hit a couple times, you realize like, no, I would never want to do that with something real because you get tagged a couple times and it's like, yeah, that sucked. That was metal and not a fucking paint.
Yeah, I remember we were down it was a couple years ago. Me and coworkers went down to Blitz. We were down there playing and we kept getting tagged by this one guy. I said, that just stings more than like the other paintballs. So the refs come out with their little fucking speed gauge.
Chrono, yeah.
Dude, and he was like 50% higher than everybody else. He had that thing turned the fuck up. Because
Well, it's crazy because 285 is what they play at now. 300's like professional level where we play at.
he was at
315 to 325 feels immensely stronger than 300. Like it's fuck, dude. You can just tell if you played a lot. Like, dude, what the fuck did you just shoot me with?
Yeah, that's what, because I had all the equipment I had was rented. Like, cause I pulled out my old marker, and apparently I didn't clean it before I put it away. So it was all fucked up. It's like I don't want to deal with that. I'll just stuff under theirs for now. So I had like all the gear, the pods, whatever, was all from them. So I always put like the pods, like the belt right in front of the junk, just to protect that. And that's where I got hit with him. And I still like felt it pretty good. And that was the second time I got hit there that day. The first time I was like, thank God that's there. I didn't feel it at all.
From last weekend.
But when I got hit by that guy, and I could feel it through the fucking padding, like I took another one and it was like nothing.
I didn't know about Chrono when we were little kids. We used to play out at the point. and we would just turn our guns up till they break paint and then turn them down a half
Turn
turn.
it down a little bit.
And the first time I took my gun back to like Blitz where they make you chrono, it was like 350, 365, and they're like, dude, what the fuck? And I'm like, well, we didn't know about chronoing as kids. Like, no one teaches that when they sell you the gun.
No.
And it was like, you used to get hit and you wouldn't say I'm hit, you would drop to the ground, oh yeah, Dad, stop shooting me.
Man
And that
down,
was when
man
it was
down.
like, hey, he's done. He's done.
Someone on the field's got an actual gun.
Definitely makes you like know that like you don't want to be hit by it for sure.
You don't want to be hit by anything. No flying projectiles feel good, dude.
The worst one I had was one just fucking grazed the top of my head, like right above my helmet. I had a hat on. It's fucking grazed like right here. Dude, that was bad. That fucking hurt.
Getting bunkered in the ear is the worst thing I've ever had.
I had one in the ear. It like splattered on the helmet. I couldn't hear for like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I took my fucking helmet off and like this just covered in paint. And it was like red paint, so it just looked fucked up.
Am I dying? Am I dying?
Getting bunkers
Just
when
blood
like
or paint, I don't know.
someone knows where you're at and they run through and just turn on you. It's the funnest thing to do in paintball because it's like basically I know exactly where you're sitting shooting and you just run through and stitch them. And most people just do this.
It's good to know
And you're
that
an
camping
asshole if
even
you
exists
turn.
in real life.
Oh yeah.
And people figure out how to beat them.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And like yeah, I used to be the back center player, which is like the main anchor guy, but it also means you're normally the last guy alive. So it means people come through you the most. We played this one team. We finally beat them, but like I was playing D2, which is 2 levels below pro, and we're practicing this team, and I think they were cheating a lot, but either way, they were just fucking running our team. And I literally remember like I got bunkered 4 points in a row, like just murdered, like double bunkered, 2 guys coming through. And there was one point I'm shooting and I'm holding this lane, and I see the coach run out, stop, and I'm like, what? And like 3 kids are running down the field at me. And he's like, yo, bro, you don't deserve another one. I was like, well, thanks for that one, motherfucker. And it was like, I had my shirt off that night, and it was just seams up and down my body where I just, and it was just like, oh, my fuck, everything is sore. It's a different kind of sore with those two.
The
'cause
most startling thing is taking one like square to the mask. All of a sudden, just like all you can see is like green. It's fucking
masks are the
terrifying.
best, but they're the weirdest.
It's so scary when you hit right in the face. You just can't see anything. It's just so sudden. Well, it's the worst when you can usually see it coming. It's too late 'cause it's moving so fucking fast. You just see this little, just right. It's terrifying.
Rec ball is like the scariest thing for me because I played so much competitive. You know exactly what everyone's doing, so when you get hit, normally you know they're shooting at you, or you know, you got me. But I've played where I've like walking past a bunker and there's some kid that's like 10 that's just sitting there, and you walk past and you just pop, and you what the fuck is that? And it's just some kid that's been camping the whole game, and you tend to like walk past him just nonchalantly, like no one's shooting at me, boom, and it's, oh my god, I fucking hate you, kid.
That's like at Blitz. At Blitz, most of the day they had us playing on like the fun courses where it was all like the helicopter and the castle.
Yeah,
and all
that's
that shit.
rec ball or
And
scenario.
then they took us to the speedball. I'm not a fan of the speedball course.
It takes a little while. Speedball's real fun because it's chess with guns. It's an exact mirror. So once you learn that it's like the same angle you're shooting at is what I'm shooting at, it's just the inverse. Then it's like who can be smarter. But until you learn it, it's you're throwing a lot of pain at me. This is scary. I don't like this.
I just like hiding among the wreckage and like working your way through shit to like sneak into places where in speedball you can't. Like it is that symmetrical.
It becomes
design.
more like how quickly can I do certain things, which once you get a little better, it becomes more fun. But the first time I played speedball, I was like, I don't like this.
The only thing that was cool was being tall enough to like jump up above the whatever the fucking
Bunkers.
the bunkers really quick and just pop a couple off. That was the only fun part.
We played like Alamo where they put like, it was King of the Castle, so it was this kid's birthday, so they put 10 of us against 30, and you just have to hold the castle for 10 minutes. But they just come in waves, and I mean, I just remember like mowing all these kids down. You're dead, you're dead. But then at the end it gets to the point like they're at the door and you're like 8 feet away, and it's just and you just hear the metal ping, 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 ping. It's oh my god, we're so fucked. And I finally heard my buddy yelling, and I was like, he's done. It's my buddy. It was my one other buddy I was playing with. Everyone else was just pickup players. And I just ran out of that thing. It's like 6 guys, and it was literally 16 kids. Just free body. And then the thing with rec ball players is like, I got hit, and then like guns up. And I'm like, I'm hit. And then you get like 6 to 10 or kick. I'm still hit. Okay, I'm hit. And then fetal positions when they finally like, I think he's done. And you're like, I'm fucking fetal, dude. Leave me alone.
Like one of the guys we went with, like he really loved like the objective games where we have to capture the duck and that kind of stuff.
No, duck bomb.
And we're doing one where like it was one with like all the pallets and the 2 like trailers.
Okay.
It was that side of the course. And so the duck was on the middle on one of the pallets. He's like, hold on. He just fucking lays his gun down and just sprints in the middle of the field, no gun. He got fucking lit up, dude. Just everyone. Because everyone's just sitting there watching the duck, just waiting for someone to make a move. So unless you're like sneaky and you like make it.
Or you can get the whole team up enough with suppression fire.
Right. So we would all suppress while he fucking took off. The first time he did it, we didn't suppress very well. He just got lit up.
There was
dude.
not enough suppression.
When I went, I personally don't like the pain that much, so I had like a fucking hoodie on, I had my beanie, I had like my snowboarding like gloves. I was all geared up, so when I got hit, it didn't sting that bad. He was in a t-shirt. He didn't like want the vest that
So
they
you can
gave
go
him.
fast, you can move.
You get too hot. I don't play in a lot of shit.
I don't care, dude. Like, I'll
You get
sweat
used
before
to
I
it.
take a fucking
You get used to it, but like, no, I
paintball to
agree.
the bare skin from fucking 5 feet
It's
away.
also paint travy, like at tournaments where you buy really good paint and it's air conditioned. They hit you and it's like, that's not bad. It barely even hurt because they break easy. The field paint,
It's cheap.
if it's been sitting there a
It's
long time, so
hot.
it was like congeals into like almost like I've been hit where
Yeah,
it like,
this is the
doesn't even
paint
throw
where
paint.
you
It's
ask
just
for a
like,
box of balls and they go like fucking 20 feet down into a 40-foot Connex that's been sitting in the sun all day and bring you out a box.
And it's just, but it's old. It's field paint's cheap too. It's like it's made not to break in the gun. High end paint, you can drop from this height and it bounces. You go to this height that breaks. Field paint, I could throw it off the wall. It'd bounce and go all the way to the fence, and you're like, oh, no breaks. Cool.
It hurt.
Yeah, field paint's garbage, dude. I always pay for
And
better paint.
that's all they had there.
No, you can get high end, but they charge an arm and a leg for it, and like paint's your main cost.
Well, that's
so.
the thing. Like, I don't care about not hurting people less. I want everybody else to buy the nice paint, so I don't get hurt as
Hey, everybody else, here's $5. Don't buy field paint. It
Those-
shoots better, high-end paint does, and that's why I buy it. And
Also-
it's always colored different, so that was me. But I totally agree. Like, I fucking hate getting tagged with, like, and they get bad. Like, we used to practice, we'd shoot 50 cases a weekend. And, like, so we'd always buy field paint because they're so much cheaper at that level. $10 a case when you're buying 50 to 500, you know, it adds up every weekend. And there would be batches that it would just be like, look at this shit, and you'd be shooting it out of your gun, and you'd watch them bounce, and it'd be like, what the fuck? It just bounced off a fucking metal wall. That it should not be legal on the field. You're like,
Yeah, there was a couple I took to the arm that just kind of ricocheted off. Those hurt more than the ones that fucking,
because they don't disperse the energy.
yeah, just fucking ricocheted and just
Yeah.
left a welt on my arm.
Yeah, bounces are like cool because you're not out, but it's the most painful
And
part of the game.
It was fun when we went because it was just muddy enough to where they would let us play and it wasn't too dangerous. But there was one of my friends, this is a big fucking dude too, and he's hauling ass across and he goes to slide to get behind a pallet and hits a patch of mud. Doesn't slow down at all and just fucking right into the pallet, dude. It's so funny. He's just, because I couldn't see, like I could hear it because I was behind a pallet like this. And the other one was over here. I saw him sliding to it. You could hear it, and then you just see a couple paintballs just fly up, and they just popped out of the hopper or out of this pod. I don't know which one it was. Just so fucking funny.
In like competitive
Such a
paintball,
good-
you're not allowed to like move the bunker or affect it too much. Like you can bounce into it a little bit, but I've definitely like been running and hauling ass and tried to like slide into something. I got eliminated once because I like went completely under the bunker and like popped it up and stuff and like you're out. Why I didn't get hit? He's, dude, you just like upended the bunker and I'm damn. Stake it down better.
There's that one video. It's like paintball fails, where the guy's running towards it's like this like little barricade made out of like barrels, and he's running. He trips and goes face first into the barrel, and he looks up and there's just his mask. The inside just filled with blood. Like cracked his forehead open.
Oops. I mean, head injuries bleed like crazy.
And
so.
he just looked dazed, and the ref, he just stands up, like in the middle of fire, and just like, fuck, dude. The ref hurries over really quick and just grabs him and throws him down.
We should do that, dude. I'll get you guys all super high-end markers, and
I'm
we
down.
should go play some paintball.
I miss paintballing. I miss woods ball. We used to play woods ball almost every single weekend in Bomber Lake.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta play a blitz just because that's where I can get my teammates to all loan you guns. But you all get like a gun that ramps, so you pull it 4 times and it'll just go to automatic basically.
Yeah.
As long as you keep pulling the trigger, and it's fun to just beam, 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 and shoot on some suckers.
Well, see, that was another shitty part. Is we're just using like their shitty rentals. There's these guys with like high-end fucking markers. It was the guy that was tuned up too high.
Pop one of my nails off.
It makes a big difference, Travis. Like a gun like mine, you can shoot 2,000 rounds.
Oops.
6,000 rounds and never break a ball. They're all
Like
straight.
just the paint
you
or
get
the
a
whole
shitty
nail?
gun and they just like blow up all the time. And
Yeah. Mine jammed a few times and broke a few balls. But like I'm sitting there just trying to tit like as fast as my fingers can go. This other guy just ramping up, and I just hear against this fucking. I was standing up against, I think, like the wing of the plane, the tail of it. I was like, what the fuck is he using, dude? I got this shitty little Walmart marker.
yeah.
Can't
No,
do
like
dick.
when I play competitive, I mean, I'd shoot 900 rounds in 4 minutes, dude. Like,
Doesn't happen with the rental markers.
no,
They're just,
it's
they're
a stream.
bottom
It
of the
literally
line.
becomes, they call it throwing ropes because you literally just watch. You don't have to watch one paintball. It's just a rope you move.
It's called a laser.
But it's also real fun because when you catch somebody in a rope, even if you stop when the first one hits them, they
There's
look
like
at you
20
and it's like
following
boop,
behind
boop,
it.
boop, 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 and you're like, hey man, I stopped.
Avery's just doing crazy hair days.
What am I doing?
Your hair again.
My hair crazy?
Yeah. It was like, there you go.
It was like going straight up.
Yeah, let's do that, and I'll set us up, and I'll try to get us like a discount and stuff. 'Cause
Let's do it. I'm down.
I hope Bill Blitz with the guy Isaac the owner. So
I'm always down for that kind of shit. I like doing fun stuff. I need more people to set up fun stuff for me. That's what I'm saying. Just the polish, huh? She did a good job on her fucking nails. I don't
For some reason, that makes me think of spicy Polish.
Yeah. See, like, you know, his wife's nails,
That's
dope.
better. Smiley face.
His nails, this way. Is that the finished one?
What happened?
Like, hers look great.
And his just didn't take it. What the heck happened?
Yeah, like, did it soak up the fucking paint or what?
It looks like you dipped your fingernails in like chalkboard material. Maybe you just like didn't put that finishing coat on the gloss or whatever. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Oh, where did this hypnotic come from, dude?
I went inside and grabbed it.
Okay.
Nice. Good sound.
Nice.
Yeah, put them in the freezer before we run them out.
You guys happen to know 2017 WRX wheel size off the top of your head? 2013, sorry.
I think it's a 235, 105, 8. That'd be a weird fucking tire.
That'd be a super weird size.
I think they're 215, 45, 17.
I thought they were 18s.
It's either 17 or 18.
Yeah.
I'd vote 18.
Like your wheels? Those are 18s.
Are they?
Yeah.
Think so?
Yeah.
I got 20s.
I got 30s.
Pretty sure they're 18s.
So the other thing, Travis, is like, I'll get you a really good mask because that's super big and it's not. It's like breathing, like no fog up, being able to talk and not just hear echoes.
Having a good mask makes all the difference in the world.
I would say that's the most
If you're
important.
talking,
thing.
all you can hear is your own muffled voice.
Blah, 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 blah.
Let me 1 second.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
My fucking $1,000 phone doesn't even do that.
Experience. Battery level 80%. Firing mode NXL.
Sounds like a laser gun when you turn it on. Like a laser tag.
Mission off.
So that's my beast. So you walk them 2 fingers
The finger roll.
like this, Travis. 2 fingers.
I know. You can make that a little lighter though. It's quite a bit of movement.
Catch me outside.
Yeah, this is nothing like. I like the fucking TMNT. That's pretty sick. But that would be another cool thing that they did though. Like if you had like a sidearm, That'd be cool. Just for fun purposes.
Oh no, my next thing's a pump, like, cause pump teaches you to be smarter with your paint.
See, I wanted to get in. I like watching like the airsoft stuff a lot too. They're out in the woods and there's like guys in ghillie suits and they're like.
It's a different
real
style.
doing
Like I
shit.
actually started like that. Like I got real big into what's called scenario, or like I'm going camo. They're not gonna see you. The problem with paintball is like it's not a real gun. Like a real gun, you can be so far away they don't even see you. Paintball, like
Yeah, it's closer
It's close.
ranges. So that was the nice thing about, because I always like watch the snipers who do the airsoft stuff, who just fucking kick ass. Shit's crazy. But how like they always have the different attachments. Like the guy who, I can't remember his name, but he's really good at sniping. But then he got that little fucking hand cannon that shot the fucking giant like grenades. It was a grenade
okay,
launcher, yeah.
yeah.
And I remember he was, what were they doing? Oh, he thought there were like a bunch of people hiding behind this bus. So he fucking just turns around it and fucking hits it really quick. And it just unloads on this guy's face like 2 feet away.
Yeah, no, paintball grenades are cool, but you gotta be so close. Like I've gotten it because I'm good enough to get close, but like throwing and being accurate, they end over. They just spill paint. It's like it's pretty hard to be.
Yeah.
But no, like we definitely it'd be fun. I'll get you like everybody something like this. That it's like when you get a good gun, it's fun too because like they just work.
Mhm.
Like oh, it works every time. There's nothing stupid. Like the only thing you got to think about there is like, did I remember to fill up on air? You know, did I do something stupid like turn my hopper off in between points?
Yeah.
And outside of that, like I mean, I've played whole tournaments where you don't break a paintball and you shoot 10,000 a weekend. And it's like that's fun. Like they get so accurate that like I mean I can stand here and I guarantee in 2 shots I can hit that post, that post, that post. Like my gun is that accurate, and like
Yeah.
I've played enough. I can throw paintballs in the air and tag them out of the air. But it's like anything else. I played 5
Repetition,
years highly
yeah.
competitive, like,
Then you get to know your gun and it's just time.
and they get good. Like older guns aren't consistent, so you could put it on a stand and go bink, bink, and like
They
they'll
just
do
fucking
this
kinda
or this.
Fly off.
The
yeah.
new ones, like it's the paint then that causes the bigger difference, because like mine, like you shoot 10 paintballs and the difference in the feet per second, like you're saying with the speed, it's like 5. So like your first paintball always comes out faster because you get bolt stick, and then after that, once it starts going like this with lube, like it levels out, but it's like 5 feet per second. You get shitty guns with CO2, if you go like this and get some liquid in it, it's like 30, and then you go like this and it's 25 less, and it's like you can't aim that way because they do different things. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get you a Lux or something. They're fun, dude.
Pretty fun.
So I'm selling this set of wheels on Craigslist, right? And basically we were like discussing the sizes. You want to make sure the size is right, and I was like, yeah, for sure. And I said I have a guy offering for $90 tomorrow.
Never been hit with a frozen paintball.
Or frozen paintballs tend to not.
Don't you? Well, we're not assholes. Like,
That's fucked up.
yeah,
It's getting hit with a rock.
Anyway,
I played in March when it's fucking snowing and everything
Starts to
feels
freeze.
frozen, but no one does that like in any at the
Any
level I
serious
play
setting,
at,
yeah.
because
It's just a dick move.
one, what happens when you freeze a paintball? It's like water; they expand. So most likely it's gonna and not come out your gun and
Jam.
shit.
anyway, he said he'll bring $100 and he'll drive up here from Arvada tomorrow. And I said, how about $95 and your favorite bag of potato chips? And he like questioned it. He goes, I'll give you $95 and a bag of my favorite potato chips. And I was like, yes. But don't bring me some fucking 50-cent Lays. I need some fire potato chips. And he goes, barbecue it is. See you tomorrow for $95. But like I could tell, like he looks like he's like 16, 17. Like
Yeah.
in the photos, he's like, this guy asked me for like drugs or something. Like.
Does he really want
What does a
potato
bag of
chips?
mean?
And then he's gonna show up and be like, "Oh, I forgot the potato chips." You're like, "Deal's off, bro. I'll go get them." He actually drove across the street to
He
the gas
drives up
station to
here
buy
and you
me
don't like the
potato
fucking
chips.
chipsy guy? I do, no deal.
I did. I said Boulder. You gotta go to Boulder and get Boulder potato chips. Oh,
And then,
or any gas station.
and then
How
you got
about $95 in your favorite bag of potato chips?
That's a very you thing to do for sure.
that'd be hilarious. You
I
gotta
want
bring me $95 worth of potato chips.
And your
Start posting
favorite
stuff on
crayon
Marketplace
color.
Like that,
And
instead of just money.
I want the receipt.
to know you bought them.
Better have a fucking Costco membership.
Oh, dude,
I should start bartering at that.
my
That's
dad's
funny.
so funny.
I just
Like,
want a bag of fucking all dressed, baby. All dressed chips are my favorite.
my dad was at the office today, and he's like, meet me at this job, and he's like, I gotta go get gas, and my office is like 287 in Trilby. And he's like, what are you doing for lunch? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like headed north over to property we just bought on West Mulberry. And he's like, okay, well, I gotta go get gas, so I'll just get Freddy's on Harmony, because he like gets gas at Costco. And I'm like, wait, you're gonna drive from College to I-25 to get gas? Yeah, it's cheaper. And I'm like,
Just waste your fucking.
I am
so
just not
dumb.
that kind of person. Like,
No,
there's the
but it's
Diamond
literally
Shim, or
like-
there's the Sinclair that's super cheap on Timberline. There's this one. Like, you just got to know where they're cheap. Just don't go to 287
cheap
Harmony.
enough to make a
That
difference.
shell, that one's 40 cents cheaper. Or
This
more
one's 2
expensive than
cents
this
cheaper
one.
a gallon, which means if you got a 15-gallon tank, you're saving 30 cents.
Yeah.
So
But you
just go
can
to your
have your
closest
truck
gas
run
station.
for one stoplight or stop sign.
Yeah, like
And
you're
you
gonna
just wasted
waste that amount of gas going
Yeah.
there and back.
I know. It's fucking dumb.
But as old man, but I was just like, I'm not even gonna argue with that. Go get your Costco.
Bring me Freddy's. I mean, for sure, I'm down for that.
Some Freddy's for sure.
Katie always says, "Oh, you're going to Costco. You want to like fill up my car?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." And then another time she goes, "I need to go get gas. I better go to that side of town to get gas." And I'm like, "You're literally saving like $1. Is it worth the extra 10 minutes of your time each way?"
Well, and I feel like there's always that gas station. Like, this King Supers is super affordable. There's certain ones in certain areas. Like, I get it. Don't go to, like...
I pretty much go to Schrader's because, you know, Kyle.
Yeah, and I'm a Shell Schrader's. Like, that's my company card. But I'll also tell you right now, like, the one on Shields and Horsetooth is cheaper than the one on College and Harmony. So I'll go there, like, on the way home much more than the other one. Like, it,
Well,
I don't
both
know.
of them are on the way home for you. Just go one way or
The other one also sucks to get in and out of more. Like the one on Shields, like if you're going south, you can turn in and then do the loop and turn out. If you're going north, you can turn in, and then go back around through that doctor's office and out. So it's, I drive a trailer everywhere, so a lot for me is like, there's one in Loveland, a Loves or something that I'm like, I just never would stop in there because it's super tight, and I'm like, fuck getting back out onto a main road.
Yeah.
I put a trailer into so many weird places that I don't even care.
I mean,
There's
I'll
this
put a
junkyard
trailer,
at
dude.
North College, and I had to like back in there like to get something, like pick it up, and like it was literally like a fucking like barely trailer width, like just backing it all the way into the fucking junkyard to get whatever car was. Cause they have a shop there too, and like I was just like backing all my way like in there, and they're like the guy with that owns the tow company that runs out of there. He's like, I can't even do that with the tow truck, and I was like,
Well, a tow truck on a trailer. Also
yeah, but it's a lot
different.
shorter.
Yeah, I can put a trailer. Like
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A's
But
fucking
you can
drive-throughs.
maneuver more with the trailer.
You can do
'cause
that. You're good.
You've got a pivot point.
Yeah.
Whereas a tow truck, it's just a giant fucking bed.
Canes is the same way. Like
Like,
Canes
you
to
can't
get
pivot
through
it
there.
and make those tight turns
I'm on
easily.
the curbs.
I
You're on
don't
the
know.
curbs, I don't even
I've
feel
done so many miles with the trailer on the truck. It's like
And you
it's
still
not
have a
even funny.
pretty good turning radius with a trailer. With a tow truck, you just have a 40-foot bed that.
The reason I went with the 6'6" on my new truck was that whole reason. Like I tow probably 40% of my day I'm towing, and I was just like, my dad was all about the 8-foot bed because like you can get a sheet of plywood or drywall in it. And I was like, you can do that too. Just put the bed.
There's the
up
finished
and
product, the
at the
actual
back.
finished product of the shit.
That's better.
That's better, Tyler. I'll agree.
Parking a truck, 6'6" bed. I would never go with a full size pickup with a full size bed, and then you put a 20-foot plus trailer on it. Is just it's you have to like
It's long.
corners, like right hand corners are like I have to go into the turn lane almost. Like it's hard to, because the Zig's not near my office on College in Trilby. That's like the only one. I've done Chick-fil-A with the trailer, but it's like you're telling people behind you, do not back up. I have to do like 2 turns. Wasn't it you and me that we went through Campus West Liquor once? I did that once with a trailer and was like, I'm never doing this again.
Were
'cause
you
I,
with
like,
this one when
flexed.
Charlie did it with his dually when he first got his dually? Was that one?
But he didn't have a trailer.
Yeah,
I did
but
that
it's
with the 05 and the
That's a
Radon
wide
trailer,
fucking
and I
truck,
had to
though.
like, I was turning and I was watching me like flex the fucking fence boards.
Yeah,
to
you don't
not
go
hit the
around that
inside.
one with full size pickup barely fits without being a dually.
And I did it with a trailer and was like, this is never happening again. Like this is how
Yeah, you done fucked up.
you run
You
through
done
things.
fucked up. That's all.
I
it
got
is.
through. It was beauty, but that's those little yellow things could also ruin your day in a heartbeat. And you're like watching your tires rub on them as you go by. Like, just don't grab anything.
My favorite was like when I put back in the day with postal trucks in the trailer. Hey, wrong. But like postal trucks in the trailer, and then like go through drive-throughs that were like just tall enough to go through. The one on Burger King on College by the Taco Bell, that one was my favorite because you had to drive on like the curb to like get it around. But they always looked at you so fucking weird, like a car in the trailer, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Every time it was always like, huh? But yeah, like that was always my favorite. The postal truck is it's weird anyways to be on a trailer.
They're weird. I've
You
driven
know?
a couple of those.
I just like going backwards through them on postal trucks too. Like if we'd like go like for lunch or whatever, like we'd be like taking it back to the shop, so, like
Rude.
driving it.
Dad being like, take this here, and no, I'm just hanging out with Nick. No, drive this across town. It's like, we're going to Windsor. And it's like, I'm hanging out right now. Okay, I'm gonna truck all this.
One time, so like for a long time we'd take them to Windsor and we'd go get them, get oil changes or whatever. We'd just drive them back and forth, and we'd do 2 at a time. And one time I got up, Eric was in front of me, and the truck that I was driving was a little bit quicker. Because, you know, like, power ranges always just change or whatever. So it's a little bit faster. And they only do, like, 60, 65, like, flat out. But you get them all drafting and you could get, like, the double power. So, like, one time I came up behind John. It was John, actually, not Eric. And I just started pushing him, like, faster and faster and faster with this 3-speed. So we're doing, like, 85 down fucking 280. Or, what is it? It's 285.
Getting the bumps.
Or 257. 257.
Yeah.
Just, brrr, just, like, launching it, like, just hauling asshole. I used to love driving.
Sarah, do you need any black walnut for anything? I cut down a tree and have a bunch of black walnut wood.
I bet she'd be down with that.
I know. I would love to make a cornhole set, but you should come check out my shop. We cut down 2 walnut trees, and I have some serious. Some of those slabs are worth $1,200 a piece.
Yeah, walnuts.
I've got 20
crazy.
to 30 of them.
Nice. Yeah, walnuts fucking.
But
You're a walnut.
I am. But no, that some of those are like, I mean, the 2-inch thick slabs, 7 feet long. If we clean those up, they're worth fucking $1,200 a piece.
That's dope.
But no, I want to do some. Seems like she's got the fucking cornhole things on lock, and
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
have a pattern and
You
stuff,
gotta
and
ask
that'd
her
be
to
fun.
Make a set, 'cause I don't have
I've got those shitty Broncos ones, but that'd be fun to make a good set. And
Hey,
at that wood
Aaron!
shop, we could do some cool stuff.
Yeah. I agree. Should make some cool shit.
How do I turn your marker on?
On the back, there's a button. You
So
hold it for
funny.
3 seconds.
My
That
grandpa sent an email with an MP4
Yeah.
Below
capture.
where
It's
your
like, I
thumb
tried a
is?
few times, can't figure out how it happens. but
Triangle?
It's a card trick. And it's the one where they show
Welcome.
6 face cards. And I pick a card, and nobody can figure out what it is. And then it flashes again, and your card's gone. It's because they're all different. Like, no matter which one you pick, he's like, I can't figure it out. They're just different cards.
Yeah.
Sounds like
So
a,
the problem was like, they're just completely different sets of cards, so no matter which one you pick, it's going to be gone.
Lugs is a nice gun.
laser,
Pointer?
not laser pointer.
Engraver?
The typewriter?
Laser, what was the game called where you go and shoot lasers at each other?
Tag?
Laser tag?
Laser tag. It sounds like a laser tag again.
I said that.
You said pointer.
No, when
Go
you first
walk
powered on, I
30
was like, dude,
feet
that
that
sounds like
way
a
and
laser
we'll
tag
convince
gun.
you
but
it's
it's
not
not
laser
laser
tag.
I was responding to the 16-year-old that's trying to buy my wheels off Facebook.
I was bargaining for potato chips.
Yeah, well, I got us a bag of potato chip
serious.
boys and their fucking barbecue, which I hate, but I can bring them over here. So
Yeah, I'll eat them.
I'm not a huge fan of barbecue. I guess it depends on the kind of barbecue.
Barbecue chips are kind of my jam, actually.
Like if it's
I'll
like
do-
I don't know, like the Lay's barbecue, it's just like thin barbecue.
I like
those.
those.
I like the
I was at
kettle
the shop-
barbecue.
That was the I
That's
do
a
too.
fucking sick
I was at the
gun.
shop on Monday,
not
you know,
the
'cause I brought the
nicest,
envoy in, and
I
I
got
was
the
upstairs.
custom
and,
laser engraving and
so I like went upstairs
yeah,
and
I like the
I got
colors,
lunch
that's
before I
a
got
good
there,
call,
or
whoever
whatever.
did that.
Oh,
And they have like honey barbecue ones now, Lay's.
They're doing that thing. They came out with
Now
a
I just
couple
need a hopper,
new weird
and a
flavors
tank,
again.
and
So
another
on
grip.
side,
thing
if
they
you
ran.
want You want a
We got two
grip?
conversations
Yeah.
going on
I
here.
like smooth. I got a grip if you want. I just like the smooth more.
Well, is this a grip extender?
No, they don't do that. I can give you like a plastic foregrip
What is
that
it
has
there
more.
for?
What's what for? That's how you change the speed of the paintballs.
Oh.
That's
figured
called
it-
your
I-
regulator right there. So that
Well,
regulates.
I feel like most regulators I see are on the back.
Nowadays, most regulators are there, or it's like, yeah, your bolt's in the back. So like,
How do I cock it?
you don't have a cock paintball gun like this. So there's your
Sorry,
ASA. It's
that
I
called.
like the little,
It was a joke.
the little
Yeah.
smile to go along with it. It's just like that shit-eating grin, like, ha, bitch.
So there's your bolt.
And just so you know, for future reference, a Commando foregrip has way more recoil control than a Ranger foregrip. You're going for aiming stability, which is a myth.
Oh, crap, you have so much when we play. Every... Commander foregrip.
I'm serious, man. Think I'm kidding? Ranger
But
foregrip's
here's
all
the
about the
thing,
aiming
like,
stability.
you're playing
which is a
NXL
myth.
ramp, like, that's ramping. I'm shooting 12 balls a second. 10-5.
I know, but I don't like that. I like,
So
Well-
I'm more like, that's why I'm gonna get a pump. And if I play with you guys, I'll play with a pump, and you guys can have those guns.
you get a tip. You got any Tipman 98 customs?
I gave them all away.
They're very much like
I know. I had 3 of them. I had a
slightly
Tippmann A5, an X7.
slightly above cheap guns.
I had a Raptor from Walmart.
I mean, for the most part, like, slightly above cheap is, like, good enough for the average person.
Yeah.
You don't get a gun like this until you play Weebly, like.
Wow.
And that's the thing. This gun was. This setup with the custom laser engraving was $1,000.
Yeah, until you like actually get into it and like invest into the sport.
Here's the thing when
So
like
it's like playing with RC cars is the same thing.
Yeah,
You don't
no,
like need to like you don't want to bottom barrel, but you don't need to go fucking all over the top when you first start.
when you no, that's the thing with paintball. Everybody goes all over the top. You can tell the new paintball player who just got into it because they have matching gear. It's all really nice. And then I can show you CJ Schomburg because he's a kid who is a pro
remember
paintball player.
when you got like kind of sponsored by that one company, and you're like, I don't even like their shit.
Oh no! I'm last year we got sponsored by a team. I'm not gonna say their name because they'll probably sponsor us next year. But it's like I don't like their shit. But the problem is like they sell paint, and that's where money in paintball goes. Like
Yeah.
when I buy $1,000 gun, oh that's a lot of money. It's like I spent $4,000 last year in paint. So $12 to $20 a case at a tournament, getting given 25 free cases when it's $25 a case.
Adds
I'll
up
wear
real
your
fast.
pants. I'll wear your pants on the field all day long. You want me to use your hopper? Great, dude. This hopper is better, but I will shoot with you.
That's kind of how it
That's
works.
how
though,
it
that kind of
works,
shit.
like-
Yeah, when you're sponsored, like this, is how that works. You may have better stuff. Like I love bicycle racing the same way. Like their sponsors this, but they're like if they have a cool sponsor, they're like, we know like if you want to use this because you prefer it, just go for it. We'll still give you money as long as there's stickers on it. We don't give a shit.
If you're good, or like, technically we're sponsored by one company, and it was just like,
This one ain't
just
bad.
put our stickers on the side.
It's
Like,
not bad.
I don't want to shoot your gun. They're like, and
not
just
bad.
put our stickers all over your shit so it doesn't look like it's that gun. Anybody who's played the sport goes, he's not shooting a PE. Yeah, but I don't want to shoot that gun. It sucks. Like, so this is a spool.
Give me 1, 2, to
They're really not
We
good
want-
in cold weather or in bad weather. Poppets are way better. Spools are quieter and shoot better. I show you my old gun. It's like you can't even hear someone talking over it. But they never miss shoot.
Well, that's like an AK. Like,
That's what it is. And an old Ego is an AK. They never miss shoot. They never break. If they do blow a paintball, you just pull the bolt, throw your fucking squeegee through it, pull it back out. This one you have to take that whole thing apart and clean it. Can't do that on the field. I've cleaned guns on the field with old ones. Problem is it's like, hey man, hey, is anyone talking to me? Nah, 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 nah. No, you can't hear it. My gun's like, what are you saying to me? Keep talking. Oh, he's back left. He's back right. They're shooting inside. Like, you can hear over the gun.
It's a strategic advantage, and especially if you're on top of your gun maintenance and things like that. You shouldn't really have to worry about it too much.
Well, and
Still
with the
good.
shittier AK, it's not even shittier. It's the same level, but you don't have to. Like, when I was younger, I didn't do maintenance on a gun. I never clean this. This I clean every weekend.
I feel like
First
it would
one.
also be an advantage to have like helmets with comms in them.
That's not allowed. There's rules. They used to allow coaching where somebody on the side of the field could scream things out. Now, anybody screaming from the sideline, that's a penalty.
Well, that's cheating.
That's cheating.
AKA like telling where the other players are.
Yeah, so
The
it's all
fucking
got to be
street fight,
on
baby!
field.
Saying that
that's
they're
essentially
out of
wall
paint,
hacking.
saying that they're out of paint, saying that they're out of air.
No,
saying-
but they allowed that for a while. Like, it was really actually fun because, like, you had a coach, a designated coach, that would say, he's shooting inside, and you'd be standing there.
They moved it to
He
fucking
moved
tennis
outside.
rules. Where the coach can't coach during the during the game.
Well, they thought it'd make the game more fun. I mean, it's
Well,
hit and miss. I really liked coaching for some things because it was easy when like everyone's shooting a gun to say, tell your backup player to relay this on. It helped out. It's really fun because you could fuck with people too. He's coming to get you, and you'd see a guy go, ooh, and there'd be nobody coming. And then like on the third time, they fuck you, dude, stop talking to me.
And they get shot in the back.
But also at the same point, you could say, he's not looking at you, go get him. And you'd watch a kid spring up, run down the field, and just stitch somebody in the back and then slide into a bunker. And he'd just be like,
See, I think
Yo,
personally,
thanks,
I think
bro.
that takes the like fun and the skill out of it. If you like, someone's just
there's
calling out.
there's
where
so
these
much
people
skill.
are.
Still, it didn't matter. Like,
Gulag.
Yeah, that's what it is.
because it
That's
takes
exactly
so much
what it
skill.
is.
You have to hear that, you have to process it, and you have to do that.
Yeah, but that's what we do in the gulag when we're in there. One of them's down in there. We have an aerial view. It's like right side, right middle, left back. We just like call them out, and you just fucking kick
Yeah,
their
but
ass.
there's so
Yeah, I get
so
that.
many
But here's
times,
the
though,
same
like,
thing. That
say
player.
something, but like the lag between like when we say it, like Discord
You're already
lag,
dead.
and like it's like he's already moved to the other side. And
But
like,
in real paintball too, that player hears it. So go get him. That player might just go, nah, and you stand up and run down the field, and he just sews you up and then goes,
I guess
thanks for
that's
the
true.
free
You
kill.
can't hear both sides in gulag.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting though if they turned that on.
Yeah. So I'm saying that's where paintball was
like,
like.
back in like PUBG days, like because like PUBG was like
Like your open mic enables
Yeah.
when you go into the gulag.
everybody can hear you in PUBG.
Yeah. That'd be kind of dope.
It
So,
would be
like-
really funny in fucking Call of Duty if that was the case.
If it was just
So-
open mic the whole game.
Yeah.
Then you start
Both
doing like
teams, that'd be great.
code things, Travis. Like ours was always like happy birthday. Happy birthday, Snake One means go fucking get him. And he might not pick up that happy birthday means you're about to get gunned down.
Why,
So you would
I'm
hear
curious,
that.
Though, why is comms in your helmet illegal? That's just so you can hear each other better. So you can actually communicate.
That doesn't
it's-
mean that you can't prevent someone else from being on that same voice channel.
Because someone would do that, yeah. A coach would get on it. They're like one of the most like
well, how
prolific,
about,
notorious things was there was a player that fucking went out into the woods back in the day when they didn't have like fences everywhere, and just started shooting other teams' players from like 50 feet back, and it got caught because this dude just got like smacked, and he was back center, and he was like, what the fuck, and he ran into the woods and dragged this dude out of the woods, and started like fucking beating his ass, and was like, whoa, so guys, like, we're gonna put a fence on the back line, and that is so fucking illegal. You're never allowed to play paintball again because he was like in the woods helping his team out.
it's so fucked.
It's pretty funny though.
It's funny.
I'm not gonna lie. It's
Oh,
kinda
everything like everything's happened, dude. Dead man walks aren't illegal, where you just put your gun, you just stand up and walk down the field like you've been shot, and then you just turn and start shooting everybody. And what the fuck, man? It was like no one shot me on the way down. It's like, yeah, you're not allowed to act dead and then turn your gun up, but technically you weren't shot, so. That's how rules are made. Someone had to press them and make bullshit up, and then
Yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, it is how rules are made for.
Well,
everything.
how about to avoid somebody jumping on the frequency? What if all the comms are just wired together?
Just everybody's on the same
There's
one.
100 feet of cable between everybody.
you got a tick or something on your foot, bro.
I got you now. They're fucking wired up.
No, like physical cables
Yeah, I got you.
between.
Like,
Yeah,
just straight wires.
it's
looks
like
like a
1,000
tick, so
feet
it
of
is a
cable
tick
on one
pulled
side. Just
straight
all
out.
your helmets are connected.
You just have one guy reeling it in and out.
Yeah, every player has like a little cable jockey behind them, making sure it doesn't get caught on shit.
Boot in, come back out.
That'd be kind of
He
fun.
walked inside and then I closed the door.
It's really didn't come back out if you close the door.
He walked in. He wanted it in, so I was like, okay, I got you. I got you, boo.
I got voodoo. Like I get you.
I got it. I got it.
I got voodoo.
Him and the hypnotic. I want to show that before.
But yeah, no, it used to be coaching, Travie. Then it went coaching to one side. Then they went no coaching.
Ugh.
And it's like they've changed the rules. They used to have the wall, which you would love, which was just a giant bunker in the middle that you could never see past. And they got rid of it because people learned you could just run straight at it and no one could see you. And they finally got rid of it when two guys went around the same side, and one dude literally stabbed his gun into, like, running full speed, and they both turned the corner, and he brought his gun, and it went into a dude's face and, like, blew his eye out. And he was like, maybe we shouldn't put a bunker like that in the paintball field, because it got notorious for just run up to the wall and shoot people. But he got so violent at the wall of, like, I know you're on the other side, so just run through and stab you. And they just like, okay, well, this putting paintball guns 3 fucking inches from people's heads and just like, we gotta do something where they at least know it's coming, or it's not that aggressive every game. But the wall was fun. I fucking loved the wall. I played it really, really well because I'm aggressive, and I'm willing to sacrifice myself every point to go get 1 or 2 other people, and I don't mind that, getting shot point blank. So I just run up there, and if I know you're there, I'll always run through even though you get 10 extra freebies, because the feeling of turning and just going pop, pop to the back of somebody's head who's looking the other way is fucking glorious. It's glorious.
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually played paintball.
I played a lot of paintball in high school.
I think I'd be good at it. I'm good at shooting guns, so I think it'd probably.
It's a blast. Like
It's fun, and it's also like thinking like surprising people are good at paintball. Like, I'm tall and lanky and things, and like I remember playing with this kid. He runs a store in Denver, and we played D2, highly competitive, and I played like the whole season, a lot of points, and definitely in practice and stuff, like certain things always better than me. One-on-ones beat me, this. Then we'd get to the national level, like on the big stage, and I'd always play more. I remember coming off the field once, and I was like, yo, dude, you know how to ball. And I'm like, well, I play better on the big stage, and like sometimes you just gotta like react and survive, and that's more important than being pretty. And he's kind of a pretty player, like, oh, but I look better when I slide into a bunker. You kind of look like blah, blah, and then you get up, but I don't get shot. So it doesn't really matter if I'm not pretty doing it.
It's like that disgusting, like, fast car that's in, like, every town that's, like, it looks gross as shit, but it's fast as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like one of those, like,
More
scenarios.
Like the
functional.
dude on a
Yeah.
bike that like, hey man, my bike's way nicer than you, but he's faster, bigger, climbs, like, it doesn't mean you're better just because you have the nicer bike, dude. And that's what I said about paintball, like the nice gear, no, sometimes that's just the new kid that has money still. The kid that's like, has pads but they look old, has a decent marker, but can't afford anything else, sometimes the best kid on the field, because it's like, he spent all his money on paint, he doesn't have money left. But he knows how to fucking play paintball.
Well, hook it up. Let's make it happen.
Yeah,
I'm down.
let's schedule that. Yeah, I'm gonna get Boo real quick. Bears? You guys will be Boo's right here.
Yeah, we're Gucci. Gucci.
It's still warm.
I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now. I feel a little sweaty, but
Do you feel how like I felt like 2-3 weeks ago, where I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here, and like I went downstairs and sat in the basement for a little while. I laid on the really, really nice cool couch for about 20-30 minutes and just read Reddit, and I was like, I'm so much more comfortable now.
I thought about it today just because it was so fucking hot to do it downstairs because we turned the AC on and I do the thing, but it's
not bad.
It's nice enough right now.
The girls were at the fucking pool for like 6 or 7 hours today.
Yeah.
I was like, I would have like literally like died after 2.5, 3 hours.
Well, you're a little bitch. It's okay.
Like, imagine like how much water you'd have to drink to be comfortable.
I drink so much water as it is.
It was like
anyways.
98 degrees today.
It was fucking hot. It was. Like I said, like when I started bringing stuff up today at like fucking like 4:30, it was 100.
She always asked me why I don't like doing things when I'm hot, when it's hot out, and I was like, because I legitimately like, I'll ride a mile on my bicycle and I need to drink a half liter of water, and I consistently need to do that. Like when I'm running or I'm biking or anything, like I cannot stay hydrated enough.
Like used to like being in the shop when it's like 115 on your car, like.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it after a while.
I can't. I don't like being dehydrated.
I like my winter, like, sure.
I sweat.
I like
That's the thing is, like, literally, like, I will sweat out that in a very short period of time.
Oh, I sweat like crazy.
And I can tell, like, immediately, like, I know when I'm, like, dehydrated versus just, like, hot. And it happens really fast, so I'm like, I just need to stay hydrated.
You just just need like an IV bag in you while you're going.
That'd be dope. If I could get an IV and just throw it in my Camelback, and then also have water to drink, I'd be a super athlete, dude.
Just have your trailer that looks like a fucking like hospital cart
Yeah.
just fucking following you.
I still think we need to play Cuisine Royale.
Yeah,
As
we
a
need to
group.
play.
It's so fun.
I downloaded it.
Cuisine Royale. It's picture PUBG meets
Overcooked?
no.
PUBG meets like TF2.
It's like so for example, you're looting, right? And you pick up random cooking items. So you find a fucking baking pan, and that's now your chest armor. And then you find a pot, and you put it on your head, and that's now your head armor. And oh, by the way, you found a pair of bunny
You
slippers.
ever figure out the squads?
Yeah.
Does?
Yeah. You
It's
found
free.
some bunny slippers. Those make you jump higher, and you have bunny slippers on your feet now. And you can carry around like you find an IV bag. Well, you throw that on your back now, and that's constantly replenishing your health, and it like replenishes your health over time. And like you can carry a boombox and play music really loud, and it makes you run faster. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
Is like weapons normal?
Like literally, there's nothing exciting or different about the weapons at all. There's like
That's all the other different mechanics?
Yeah.
It looks pretty fun. Like Shrine plays it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we remember we actually do those videos. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. I'd be down.
Realm?
I downloaded it. It's on my shit. So.
Did you ever play Realm Royale? Where you're a chicken? When you get downed, you turn into a chicken?
No, I never did. I saw it, but
That was pretty fun too.
what was the? This is not another battle royale or whatever.
The stick figure one?
Yeah, that one was pretty fun.
What about Bean Battle?
Bean Battle was super fun. That shit was
Go.
super silly.
Go.
So that's what we were talking about last week. That's why you have to do the investment part.
456,000.
Fuck out of here. Not having that fucking
64.
conversation again, dude.
Was it 464?
Fucking
I thought it was 456.
And that's the house across the
Yeah, I
street.
saw.
And I bought this one
Shit,
for
back into the
$342, and that one for $180.
That's wild.
So you got to think that one technically is like
Here we go.
these. It's okay.
The housing market in Fort Collins is fucked.
That's
Moral of the story.
that's where I was going, and
Good luck good luck being able to buy a house.
unless you come from California, you probably cannot afford Fort Collins anymore.
Even if you come from California, you're gonna downsize hard.
Well, and just like that's what gets me is like
I don't
if
know
you
about
don't
that.
have money, it just means that like a lot of the local boys like us that grew up can't. I think there's like I was looking at Cali and Hawaii are the only two places other than Manhattan where you need to make more money than Colorado to live.
I mean, there's areas like Miami's expensive.
But as a state, I saw like a
As
thing.
a
and-
state, especially for like what it used to be like 10 years ago, it's like it's outrageous.
And I'm going even back 10 years, right when we started. But you go back to our childhood, 25 years ago. Like this was moderately. It was super nice, but like
yeah, I mean, I get you.
15 years ago, 180,000 gets you a house. Like, that's a first-time house someone can afford it nowadays. That same house is 500.
No, the thing is, like, if housing prices were the same as when you bought that house over there, like I would be in a house. I'd make enough money for that.
Well, and like
I don't make enough for this. I need to be about 45% more money to afford.
Well, and
this
it's like first-time home buyers one thing because that's 12% down, I think.
But again,
This house was 32% down, like
Well, this was
400,000,
also-
32% down. That's I don't know any of us that have 120 grand in the bank to come to sale. Like
Yeah, I just like I said, like just a loan without a down payment the 30 to 35% of your income, like for a loan. I don't make enough to buy a house here in town.
And that
No.
also got me a lot when I did this. Like, you have to show what you make. So I showed, like, I make plenty of money to afford this, but it's you have to show you make like 3 or 4 times more than your mortgage to buy the place. So I had to
Yeah.
I had to bring $100,000 to the table to buy this, and then still make so much money to like get accepted for my loan. And like my dad helped me out a lot with that, but it really was one of those things. It's like if you can only bring what you have in your income, you can never afford this. I would have to make like $250,000 a year, or bring the $110,000 to the table to buy this house. And I'm like, so that's why no one owns houses. I got a tenant that rents from me, and they're the hardest, greatest working people I've ever met, and they rent one of my dad's houses, and it's a 6-bedroom, $38,000 a month, beautiful home, like a nice home that like my parents live in. And it's like, yeah, well, we can afford like the rent because we make good money. We just can't afford the $200,000 down payment. And prices are great right now, but that's a big reason why, like, one of the only reasons I tell my kid go into the military. Why? Because you get a fucking stellar credit rating, you get a great resource to save money, and then you get these first-time buyers like Kendra and James. Like, they couldn't afford a house, but his military service allows them to get into a new bracket of financing.
This is what it is. Yeah, and like I definitely consider like just fucking get the fuck out of here. I love it here. I do.
I'm gonna move to Bend, Oregon.
Ben's supposed to be real nice.
It's also not any less expensive.
A little bit, but not much. Like 10%.
I'm thinking more like fucking
Montana.
mansion in Oklahoma for $250K. Like
We're in the Carolinas.
Carolina, like outside like the big cities, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not bad.
That's not
You
a
get
Raleigh.
at like Charleston's pretty
Charleston,
expensive.
Well, Charleston, but the suburbs are cheap as fuck.
Oh, you get into but they're in the suburbs, like Charleston. It's like
but like
Folly
a suburb,
Beach. Those areas where you want to be.
A suburb of like Charleston is like here. You're at 50,000.
I think
It's
talking to John, who used to work for me, we do 80,000 on a remodel, and he would be like, "My dad just bought his 6th home for 82,000," and it's like, "Well, what's it look like?" And I'm like, "That's my house. That's this house for 82,000."
Yeah.
Like,
It's cheap
yeah,
as
but
fuck.
you're in Kansas. And I'm like, "But that's 82,000 for a home, bro."
I won't do Kansas. I want to do something like a little more fun. I make fun of like Oklahoma, but like the idea is like there's some pretty fun places in Oklahoma versus Kansas. There's nowhere fun in Kansas.
See,
Kansas
I'd
is
like-
fun.
pick Kansas over Oklahoma.
I'd go like
No way.
Montana.
All the hill, like because like you get all the fucking like bullshit in Kansas, whereas like you get all the rednecks and
Oklahoma's the
Oklahoma.
meth trafficking capital. of the world.
cool. They're more fun.
I don't know. About that.
I don't know if
I'd
that's
go
the right kind of
Montana. I think even like Montana's beautiful.
fun. Montana's not
Oregon.
even cheap anymore. Montana's literally just like a couple years behind us.
Montana is super expensive
It
because it's
depends.
where every celebrity's buying their shit. So
That's
everywhere is
wonderful.
so expensive.
all of the cost of goods. It's like
Okay, as the Tiger King
See, Oklahoma's better than Kansas.
I
Just that right there.
grew up with a buddy who's related to that guy, the Tiger King.
Yeah.
Played hockey with Rory Schomburg, and yeah, he's like, "That's my uncle." And you see the picture of the Tiger King. That's definitely his fucking uncle. He's not lying about that
All
one.
makes sense.
Rory's fucking badass.
Yeah,
though.
Montana's like very much so like it might be 5% cheaper to live there in terms of like the cost of like housing, but
It's
the cost
a lot
of like
more than that,
goods,
but I know what you're saying.
the cost of goods though, like it's
But it's a lifestyle you're
getting-
paying for too. It's
I thought
it's
about, like-
Colorado 30 years ago. My
Like-
cousin lives up there, and he's like, you can do like Idaho. Actually, I had a buddy Ben move up to Idaho, and why would you go to Idaho? The pictures and the rafting and stuff he's doing, I'm like, I did not know Idaho was like that beautiful. He's like, oh yeah, dude, it's fucking dope up here. But I'm like, I'm Montana. I'm running the business. My idea is run the business, make money, and then I've got a fruit farm in Belize, 30 acres, and I'm going fucking Belize, dude.
Let's go. I'd be down.
No, I'm looking at like that's where I want to end my game. Like,
Why don't we open a bar, restaurant, dive shop?
No, that because my goal is like, yeah, get certified. I want to dive
That shit posts the most
2
ridiculous
times
shit
a week
on that
or 2 times a
page.
day. Go on a dive, take people out, go back on a dive, do the work because I want to work from like 10 to 3, and then I want to like have it fun enough where it's like, okay, let's go make some margaritas and tacos, and then
That's what I'm saying.
I don't mind working a little bit later in the night, but I also want it to be like. I understand service industry is really hard, but I can guarantee that I would like be very good at it because I'm social, and it would be not necessarily as like totally satisfying as what I do, but just easy to do day in and day out. Like no amount of dishes at the end of the night will ever be the same as like today's a crawl space or an attic at 130 degrees. Sorry, bro.
Bar, restaurant, dive shop. I've been telling Seth. I was like, we'll figure it out. We'll finance it. We'll go.
And Belize, like, Raven and I have been looking at because he doesn't like cold weather, so he wants to get somewhere warm. No, Belize is warm,
Better believe it.
and I want it somewhere where I can like sit
Such
in.
a dumb joke.
I want to sit in the water when it's hot, have fun, and I've seen too many people do it where it's like that's a better life than.
Oh,
What are you doing over there?
Have you? Yeah, it's the big Bigfoot.
What are you doing? Oh, the tire? Bigfoot's tires?
That's like the extra Bigfoot thing.
It looks like the retro Bigfoot. Let's see.
Have I ever showed you the photo of like when I was doing like boat motors and I had to use a forklift with I chained the engine lift to the forklift to do boat motors? So you still have like the granular control of like a standard engine hoist, but then like it's like
It's all
you
hooked
can
up.
go up all high to get it in there. People think I'm crazy. It works perfectly. It's great.
Well, but like an engine lift is just that 3-prong wide
Yeah.
lift.
So you
Wild
but
to
you
see it
chain
on
that to a
tires.
forklift.
Well, yeah, why not? Because it's still got its own hydraulic. Like,
Yeah, so you still have like, the granular control and like you pump it and do whatever. But like for years when I was doing it at the shop, people think I was crazy as fuck.
yeah,
It
no.
works
Funny to see,
fantastic.
like, a dude
I worked
standing
on this
inside
like
one of
$2
the
million
wheels and
house with the
steering
guy that
on.
owns
Stand
Keen's Rock Quarry. They had me come in, like the builder had me come into a couple little
Yep.
things, and their fucking framer had like one of those
That'd be
great
fun,
all that
like,
lifts it, and he built the most legitimate platform for it. It like holds a 4x8 sheet plywood, all this other stuff has like its cords come up, power chargers. I'm like, yeah, this is my second one. I spent $3,000 to build this and weld this thing, but I'm like, you got a bunk of plywood 20 feet in the air. You're sheeting a house, tools all around. Like, that's worth every fucking penny, dude.
Yeah.
Like instead of having to hike up a ladder or have a scissor truck like mine that's 60,000.
3Gs.
That same thing's 60,000 to buy the great all, but you can drop this thing on any
Oh, it's a
site,
whole wheel.
and if you're not the GC, you just say you have to rent me a great all for 2 weeks to do this job. That's into their job costing.
Yep. Yep.
That's pretty innovative though. Like
It's just a boat.
there are a couple things like that in life though. There are a couple of those like I just never would think that'd work, and then
Working in like the
Mean
independent
game.
shop my entire life is what it is. What are you guys doing?
Look at the memes.
I think figuring out like on your own is one thing both of us have had that lets you be like, I'm not saying I'll say right now I'm not the smart type person, but general application I succeed like in escape rooms and things like that because like this is how it works, so this is how we break this problem down.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of one escape room, not kicked out, but like told to stop because I immediately went to this false wall and was like, we have to go through here, and then I like, you're 3 steps ahead, you have to solve the other problems. And I was like, no, I already got the door open. They're like, no, but you have to like solve the problems
No, you
to go
don't.
through the escape room. I was like, well, no, and I figured out that this is a fake, and I opened the room up like.
Avery, you cunt.
Nerds.
Nerds.
We went to Contraption the
I was
other day.
gonna ask how your escape room went after drinking all day.
Good.
Drinking before him is a little hard.
Wait, don't move.
It's on your now left leg, right leg. Don't even
go.
kill it.
That's fucking fast,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Oh no, not with the pants.
Nope, he went down.
You going back up? You going back?
That was a fast spider.
Was that
I
a spider
literally
or an
saw it, and
earwig?
he was way.
Yeah, he fucking took off, dude. No, it was pretty good. So we went and we did this one at like.
Which one did you do?
We did the Tiger's Eye. Where we have to steal a diamond from the bank and you have to outsmart the AI security system.
Okay.
Apparently so they've got the new one called the Plight of Margot, which is like their new fucking crazy space one. It's usually a minimum team of 4. But he said we did exceptionally well in the other one, so he put our name down to let us do it as 2 of us. I was not for the first ones to do it.
It ran under the couch check.
But
You
he,
did in 2?
but he said we were. What?
I've just, every time I've done one of those, like, we've always gone in with like a 6 or 8, and it always seems like somebody has one thing to contribute, which is, we did one where you had to know SOS or like
Morse code.
Morse code, and all of us younger people were like, what? And my Aunt Debbie, who's older, was like, I know Morse code, and I was like, okay, Debbie, step on up.
We like so this Plight of Margot one, it's supposed to be a minimum of 4 because there's so much to do, and it's a big old 2-room. Like they kind of give us a preview of it. She was resetting it, let's go in there and take a peek. And he's like, it doesn't matter, nothing you see is gonna ruin it 'cause there's so much shit going on apparently. But we were in the Tiger's Eye. We skipped an entire part of the process to steal the diamond. He's like, I mean, people have done it about as fast as you guys, but I've never seen anybody skip that puzzle. We just got lucky. It's not like we were just that smart. But it was kind of interesting.
I've had a couple. They can be hard.
Well, so at contraptions, like a lot of escape rooms are pretty simple, and like one clue leads to another. But the guy that owns it, he's like a super engineer, so his stuff's like a little bit more sophisticated and integral. Like there was a 3-step process to unlock the door. One was a code you had to figure out, pretty easy. One was you had to find this little like thumbprint, and it was a scanner, and that was pretty easy. Then the third one was like matching frequencies. You had to play a sound on the computer in the other room to match the frequency on this box. They did it like 7 times in a row, like perfectly. And it was like just a lot of like engineering and electrical shit going into it. And because you can see when you go in, they have like limited space. So when you go into the Tiger's Eye on the wall, it says it's Sarai, which is it's just what they call the artificial intelligence. But it's the control panel for it. It's not part of the puzzle. It's just where all the wiring is. It's fucking massive, dude. The amount of wiring and like electronic engineering the guy puts into it.
I've done the one downtown, but it's more like what you're saying. It's a little more like. That's when I got in trouble because they're like, look at anything, do anything, and I like started unscrewing a lamp and like, stop unscrewing the lamp. There's no clue in there, and I was like, well, it totally came apart. There's no clue in there, okay. And it was the same thing. That's how I found the like, door. I did another thing, and then she's like, you're jumping a clue. Do not open the door. And I was just like, door open, and they were like, you're not supposed to be able to do that with like a fucking credit card. It's supposed to take a panel. I was like, well, it's open. What's next? And then we had it open, but we didn't have the like code to get the next thing. That sounds cool though.
Me and Michaela usually just like doing it by ourselves because we've been in there with randos and even people we know.
It makes it way more complicated, and people end up.
Well, one, it's more of a challenge.
And they
Communication
end up messing
becomes
shit
a
up.
big issue, right?
So me and Michaela communicate very well. So when we're in there, like it's constant communication, and we can get the work of 6 people done because we communicate where it's not that one person found something and kept their mouth shut and it's been screwing everybody over. We just communicate.
Me and the
well.
ex used to do that, and she like didn't like him because they didn't make her feel like she wasn't as quick as everybody else to pick stuff. So then it was like, I just don't even want to try, and just well, now you're like, you never know. You could have that one skill set that no one else has, and you're holding back. But I would say I've done like a couple, and my little sister and my brother-in-law basically like run the show, and then everybody contributes like one little thing. But you can see their minds working. It's like, you guys do you, because it's working.
Well, that's my thing. Like we both like puzzles, so we're like super into it. We just get super focused, and we can get it done. So that's why, like, yeah, we usually don't let people like groups of 4 or less into it, just because you can't do it. But like the way you guys did that one, you guys have a chance at doing it.
What's Miguela do for like a living, or?
She's a private nanny.
So did she go to
And
school or
investigator.
anything? And
Well, she went to CSU for fermentation.
Okay.
She was doing the beer and cheese thing for a while.
Okay.
So, but she
I
got
don't even
pregnant
know
while
how
she
you
was
guys
working at
met.
Midco
How did you guys actually meet?
at a bar.
Story just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, we were out and I was closing up my tab and she was just right there. And she said hello.
And Travis was like, "Hey."
I didn't even see her. She said the first thing. I didn't even know she was there.
And she's Hawaiian too, right?
She's more
Was that
Hawaiian
just-
than I am.
Was that just random or?
I am.
Ham. With an
I
ham.
am.
I spam.
Wouldn't it be I spam?
That's what I just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, she's more Hawaiian than I am. And God damn it, I just did it again. She's more Hawaiian than I am. And technically, if you do like that whole putting the fractions together for your kid, technically Dorothy's more Hawaiian than I am too, because she's so Hawaiian.
Okay.
Science.
So it was just
I think that's
destiny or
just how it
I
works.
guess.
dumb luck?
Because it worked out that way. Kind of both.
Yeah.
Because it was like
Dumb
that
destiny.
Tour
Dumb
de
destiny.
Tour de Fat. I remember you pulling that out. And, what? And, fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's when you told us like randomly we were all shot. Just, oh, by the way, cool.
Not by the way, no big deal, but your boy slays.
Your boy.
It's still
Would
one
you
of those
put a
things, you know, a
slate-
little early in that relationship to do that kind of shit.
A little
but
bit, but it seems like it's worked out.
No, they both got super lucky with each of you.
I think it's like
Obviously, you're dope, but like she's dope as shit too.
Yeah,
think that
it
just
could have
is like-
gone bad for either one of us, but we both happen to be dope, so it's fine.
Yeah, it just worked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you're
Yeah.
committed and like working towards the same goal, that's really what it is. Like
Yeah, but we also just happen to like get along really well. Like even past the honeymoon phase,
yeah,
like we're just fine. Where it could have been that thing where we were super into each other, then after we actually got to know each other, like nah, dude.
Yeah, you got real lucky for sure on that one.
Yeah, I did.
go ahead the door. Go open
Because
the door.
you fucked up. I mean, you got a pretty daughter, but like you still
Not
fucked up.
Not planned, but it worked out.
It's
It worked out.
It worked out real good
the
on that
greatest
one.
things are never planned though. Like
That's the fucking prettiest baby on earth. She's way cuter than your fucking baby. Get out of here.
Oh, dude.
might them be fighting words right now, Travi.
Bring it.
I got a mat in the living room.
No, our babies are gonna fight.
Oh,
Oh.
you must have
Ooh, crack babies? No,
indexed this fucking.
no. What was
liver or
that? South
something and,
Park?
Like, got blood all over my shorts. Good job, dog. Good job.
No, I think it
guess.
is.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the way we should go. I think it's more like give them 16 years. Tracy,
This is
absolutely.
really lovey-dovey
No,
right
it's-
now.
So instead of having our innocent babies fight, you want to wait till your son is 16 so he can beat down on a girl?
Arm wrestle.
I don't think that's what I said. I was
Arm
going the
wrestle.
other way of like maybe they could be friends and you never know.
No.
But you got a really like negative mindset there, buddy. Like, what happens in your house?
What?
I was trying to like keep this like
A
cool
lot.
and social, but
What did you say that I misinterpreted? I don't understand.
He said, how about we see in like 16 years and then we'll see, you know, maybe they become friends. Is what
Oh,
he
see,
said.
I had like, why don't we wait like 16 years then let them fight?
No.
but I never.
Because we were
just,
talking
like-
about our babies fighting.
No, I said you want to go, and then I was like, no, but how about we just wait in 16 years and they're close enough in age, maybe we'd get lucky and still hang out and have a bullshit reason to bullshit and front porch sipping and stuff.
That can happen even if they're not friends.
That can happen,
It's a perfectly normal thing.
but they could be friends.
They could be friends.
Because she's only like 5 months older.
But just kind of from a dad point of
3.
view, if your son ever touches my daughter in an inappropriate way, your son's getting his teeth kicked in. Just saying that right now.
And I'm just saying, like, that's not gonna happen.
Just
it'll
make
be inappropriate, but if it's wanted, it's not inappropriate. Doesn't it?
I don't care if it's wanted. At 16, you don't know what you want.
Guess we're idiots.
Oh my god, yeah. I think I can end on that.
Done? Is there?
Trying
Is
to-
that
the
right
bike back?
What'd you say?
Just do whatever.
No, man. Bike back.
I bought you all these fucking cherry limeades. You would have one, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tyler, we need to get you out more.
Please get them out.
I caught him and
yeah.
moved him on that one.
Damn, dude.
Oh shit! I was like, fuck.
And then there were two. Wait, what? Scotty out? Was that
He'll
enough?
be back out here. I mean, if we want, we could also cut it too. I mean, we didn't have to like Avery just like leaving in the middle of it, just, like randomly. Oh yeah, I didn't even say anything. I just left. That means he ordered a fucking Uber like 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. It's here.
Yeah. It is what it is.
This is the most social interaction I've had in 2 months.
Well, I mean, we should hang out, Tyler. I miss you.
We should all get
Your
together and
wife?
paint our nails.
Him and his wife are dope. You've never met his wife, I don't think. Did you meet his wife?
They were all there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we shared our first Father's Day in the same restaurant.
Dope. Yeah, no, I mean, Tyler's rad.
Yeah, he's dope.
I like a Tyler and Amanda and their baby Sterling. They got a cute baby too. I mean, Tyler and Amanda are pretty cute, so it works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything there.
It was just like your hair moved a little bit.
A phantom mosquito bite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I do love me some fucking
So
Music
good.
City for sure. The show. I love me some Music City. Probably my favorite place in town, to be honest. Maybe they'll come hang out with us, Tyler, and just come down here. Do what Amanda can do it with me and Trav.
Yeah. Well, I won't be here next week, by the way.
Okay.
Be in Maine.
Be in Maine.
Be chilling with Eben. Just kidding, I won't be, but
No, hopefully he's here by then. Fuck.
yeah, our shit.
Think about taking not next week off, but the week after. Like the whole week.
We just had to reschedule our Hawaii trip to December. Yesterday, 90% of Hawaii locked down again.
If Amanda wasn't doing my nails, I would have come down tonight.
Yeah, maybe we'll see to plan it out to where you guys come. Yeah, maybe it's next week you guys fucking come. Like, set up some babysitter thing or something. That was weird. Cause you like tongued it out and everything. Had to get your nails did. I mean, me and Kate were talking about going get pedicures again, but it's been like, so hard to schedule things when I'm like, and it's not so hard to schedule things. Kind of want to just end it on that. Like, that was dumb.
Just cut it one bit.
It was fucking dumb. Like, super dumb.
Welcome to me. Welcome to
Alright,
my
we've
brain.
been doing it for like 2:45, so I think it's time. Cut it out.
Was that the end jingle? So you can tell the end is coming? Just
It's like the wrap it up button from like Chappelle Show.
yeah.
Wrap it up!
Have you ever gotten a pedicure?
Yeah, I've got a pedicure. It's amazing. The first one I ever got was in February, and I want to go like all the time now. Again, I thought it was gonna be like expensive.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like $100, and now I'm like, oh, this shit's $40. I don't even like want to cut my own nails for $40. Like, let alone get like the massage and like all this shit like going on there. Fuck yeah, I'm down. So that my hands smell like dog now, like crazy. He's being super lovey. Normally he's not that lovey.
He's even over here chilling with me while you were over
Yeah.
there. I was like, okay, what's up, dude? Slaves are cheap.
Yeah. The lady couldn't speak English, so there's that.
I don't think this is the right like time that we're in to be talking about slaves, but it's probably not the best economical environment.
Yeah. Alright, I think we're gonna cut it.
Cuddy.
I'm feeling it just to fucking chill. Maybe play some games. Maybe we should go pack all the shit up and fucking go play some fucking COD.
That's what I'm thinking.
You thinking that?
That is what I'm thinking.
Do that. Pop on stream.
Pop on stream.
Pop on the stream.
Pop on stream.
Alright, well, it's been a Dick's Patio. We've had a pretty good time. I'm kind of drunk.
We'll be back in about 40 minutes doing something.
Yeah. Hopefully not
Later.
even that long, but like, we'll peace out. Alright, have fun.